I forget.
Hello.
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 How do?
Apparently corporate's coming to my job tomorrow, and of course that means I have to do a bunch of extra work so that somebody else can get a bonus.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hooray for capitalism.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I just didn't feel like doing it given that, they waited until a good 8, maybe 9 days after New Year's. When leases get signed again. About 5 days after new leases get signed. So when my rent went up $100, I did not know they were going to cut 200 hours from the fucking schedule.
Jeez.
Ugh.
So,
What is it that you do again?
oh, I work at the deli at fucking Kroger.
I thought that's what it was, but I know that you've like jumped around a lot within your job.
Yeah. It's a terrible mix of sometimes the job is pure agony, sometimes I just can't make enough money doing it. So I have to get something else.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. It'd be nice if down payment culture fucking died.
Real.
Because, man, it really sucks that I can't afford the home I'm in, but I can't go to a different one because I can't amass enough money for a down payment. Man, there's so much furniture.
Oh, you got a lot of furniture?
In the game.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm like looking for facade, 25 by 25 wall, 40 wall, couch, bed double green, red dress, bed red, bookcase, candelabra, desk, facade, large bookshelf, Marzwinlia, lies, love seat, oval rug.
I should probably go ahead and get rid of that.
Todd starts just yelling about furniture.
Oh, by the way, I rolled the dice. Ah, Nick, you get to have the spooky dream.
Oh, yippee.
Only you and Hex answered, so it was a 50-50 shot.
Yippee.
There we go. I think it's all gone now.
Let's see. Enough of it is
Surely
gone
there
to be
will
sane.
Surely nothing bad will come.
Oh!
Surely.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's the
know
worst
that.
that could happen?
And don't call us Shirley.
Surely you guess. Surely you chest. I mean, Everything is. Everything is.
You know, William, I think you can unpin a lot of the messages from the chat we're in and Waterdeep too.
Oh, you mean?
Like just the stuff about the glide, like the vampire case. Well, not vampire case.
Okay.
You never know, that might be important.
Well, I have it all written down, but it's not important enough to be pinned.
You know, while I was at work today, I thought of, like, a note-taking system that I could use. Damn, it would have been good if I thought about that, like, 3 years ago.
I feel you so hard, bro. My, the method by which I sort the stories I read online has improved so greatly over the years that I've been doing it. And so whenever I go back to, like, my old folders to find something. I'm like, oh god,
Yeah.
it's just a list. Fuck.
I mean, I'm literally planning, like, a folder full of subfolders with text documents alphabetized.
I do love me some subfolders.
I know, right? It's so fun to just, like, D&D main into D&D, into D&D character sheets, into East Lyson, into East Lyson extra assets, into East Lyson's token. There we go.
I feel like you could remove some of those, like, his license token doesn't need to be a folder. That
No,
needs
that's
to be
not a folder. That's not a folder. That's
Oh, I
just
see.
the file.
And maybe
Be
D&D
funny if
main
it
into
was.
D&D. Like, unless I don't get the point of that. Unless what other stuff would you have in D&D main?
That's preparing for the event that perhaps someday there could be a D&D secondary, such as if I played another edition. At which point...
D5E. I want to try Pathfinder.
No, because this would be the central... This would be the central, like, character and concept bank from which all the other folders are derived. So I would actually make a new 5e folder for the 5e specific content. It's an insane system, I know, but it stops intruders from knowing where to go. Because it relies on my brain chemistry. You don't get the right buzzing feeling from that folder name, so you don't understand where to go next, you fool.
And now I'm just thinking about that one post where it's like, this kid doesn't give a fuck, and it's like, you know how like sometimes in like high school and stuff, like you'll have to go up to the teacher's computer and like get a file off of like your thumb drive to do a presentation and shit.
Yeah.
It was like, it was showing a picture, a screenshot of his, of the kid's like thumb drive or something, and it's like, school shit, not school shit, fuck shit, boring shit, definitely not titties.
You did that on purpose.
Maybe, but I thought it was funny.
I mean...
Or it was like, there was one folder labeled porn and one labeled not porn, or something like that.
Okay, he's fucking with them. Yeah, it's... I mean, mine are variations on stuff. That's D&D stuff. That's Sesri stuff. This one's Halo Mythic stuff. This is Morrowind mod stuff. They're all just variations of stuff. No reason, just for fun. A big folder called My Stuff, that bunch of other stuff goes into. The sub-stuff folders.
You're right.
Man. Oh, and William, you'll be happy to know that conversation we had last session. I'd forgotten like half of it.
Fair enough.
I knew I would.
Right.
I knew it would happen. Man, apparently cosmonauts killing 3 abs. 3 abs? Ads.
What?
I don't know. Listen, man, work wrung me out like a cheap rag today. It's been doing that a lot lately.
Wow. Sorry to hear that.
It's gonna take me a second
Tragic.
to get in the zone, brother. Photorealistic Flagmar, Burfloon Blackmar, instead of Blackmar Floon. And then slightly less photorealistic Floon Blackmar. I keep thinking his first name would be Blackmar, his last name would be Floon, but no, it's the other way around. And then we have Brother Kymackle and Verified Santa, brother of the Yes. Decade K, the Horizon Cube. Oh, God. Back in my day, we had 150 Pokemon. Insanity. There we go. Brain, turn on.
I forget, was Mewtwo part of the original 151?
Yes. I think he
Yes.
was. Mew was not.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Mew was not. Mewtwo was.
Which is interesting. We talked about Mew, but didn't put him in a game until like 3 games later.
He was in a movie first.
Yeah. He was a
You
little,
know, for the bit.
little cat creature, made pink bubbles. Very important. The original Arceus concept. Sort of. I guess it was kind of out there that like Mew was just the first Pokemon, so you know, Arceus' first creation.
Like the first Pokemon. Which is the first Pokemon? Bulbasaur, Mew, Rhydon, or Arceus?
Rhydon or Arceus.
What would be Arceus?
Wait, why was Rhydon in there?
Because Rhydon was the first like actually designed Pokemon.
That one I don't know.
Bulbasaur is the first Pokemon in the Dex. Mew is like the progenitor from which all of them come. Rhydon was the first one actually designed, and Arceus is God.
What's interesting is, I guess maybe technically the first Pokemon Arceus created would be, fuck, my brain just deleted its name.
Mew.
No. The devil,
Oh, Giratina?
Giratina.
Yeah, right.
How good since we all know.
Okay, wait.
Finally.
So there is actually I believe that there is actually. Hold on, I wrote this down somewhere. Give me a second. There is a generally agreed upon timeline in which who was created first. Where is it? Where's my document that I wrote all this down in?
Probably Palkia.
But essentially, it boils down to. Oh my god, one note, please. It boils down to I don't remember exactly which was first necessarily, but I know that it was Creation Trio, which was, I believe, Creation Trio, Lake Trio, which is the Gen 4 group of legendaries. And then from there it broke down into the Reggie. From there it broke down to Regigigas, the rest of the elemental Reggies. It broke off into the Weather Trio, which is Hoenn's group, and from there that split off. Latios and Latias are not inherently a part of that. They were separate.
They're wind spirits.
Oh god. My brain is scattered. I would need to find my actual list, but there is an actual agreed upon like order of who properly showed up first. And the Creation Trio was I believe the Creation Trio was the first group of legendaries.
Yeah.
That was made to like encompass a thing.
Dialga.
And then a lot of them spawned from the Lake Trio as well. Like a lot of the physical stuff came from the Creation Trio directly. A lot of the other ones that are less like that encompass like a less physical aspect of something. So, you know, something that's not as obvious as like the weather. Is it hailing outside? Usually heralds from the Lake Trio.
If Giratina is one of the first, and is the devil, and it's a ghost type, does that mean Giratina served an original purpose of a concept we can't even comprehend, but then died and became what we know it as now? There you go. Chew on that.
I mean, there are ghosts that
possible.
just form from like ghostly energy and shit. They don't all die.
Remember, Giratina was
Throw my
the first.
Pokemon Red Bulbasaur at it with the infinite poison glitch problem solved.
Man.
I feel like Pokemon kind of plays fast and loose with a lot of things, because like how many Pokemon, like their origin is, oh yeah, this used to be a person.
A handful of them.
A fair number.
Like,
A surprising number.
and then like with ghost types, like are those people ghosts? Are those other Pokemon ghosts? Like
Little
they
column A,
come out
little
of
column
eggs,
B.
so are they just born dead?
Some of them are. Some of them are always like.
Because like
I
if I
believe
remember
that there is
correctly,
a.
if I remember correctly, Kadabra specifically states like, "Oh yeah, the first Kadabra, it was like a really smart 8-year-old, and then they just woke up as a fucking Pokemon one day."
Listen,
Like,
Pokemon
There are
are
some
gay.
cases.
Is that a common fear that people have, where it's like, "Oh
I
shit,
think-
my kid might turn into a Pokemon."
Well, I think that part of it is like there is a mix of Pokemon that have been like bred over time to just be naturally occurring, but a lot of the first instances of specific Pokemon were probably related to that. Think of things like Snorunt, which are not necessarily related to people, but Frostlass are, and Frostlass are also known for hunting people as well. Phantump is another example, because Phantump is the spirits of kids who got lost and died in the woods, and then wound up inhabiting the bodies of like tree stumps and things like that, and coming back to life that way.
Bay creatures.
I don't know why, but I just imagine like, oh wait, what were they doing in the woods? Oh yeah, Driftbloom took them to make more ghost Pokemon.
Yeah. Also, we found it. We found Nick's obsessive thing. Well, the second one. There's two of them.
Oh,
Do you like
There's
Pokemon
those-
a lot, Nick?
oh, you have no idea. I could. Oh, you have no idea. We shouldn't start this conversation. We will not get to play D&D by the time that like 2 a.m. is up. Let's not go there.
No.
Let's not go there right now. Right today.
Everyone is here, so shall we get started?
Last time, we rested at a derelict house to make our daring escape out of the fucking
Last
city.
time, shit went incredibly well.
There was a war. Somehow I fucking bumbled my way through that shit. We almost got blown up.
Have you seen the Christmas movie Klaus?
No.
It's animated, it's quite
Nah.
good, my family quite likes it. But there's this great bit where everyone's fighting and they ring the fight bell and everyone stops fighting and they just freeze in place until the fight bell gets rung again and everyone keeps fighting. And that's what the horn makes me think of.
That's pretty funny. I like that, actually.
So
No.
literally, like the protagonist accidentally rings it and everyone busts out like, who rung the fucking fight bell? It's time to go.
Now I'm just thinking about the bar from SpongeBob. Hey! Who blew this bubble? Line up! Oh.
Alright. I have derailed you, I'm sorry.
Anyway, we almost fucking exploded. As it turns out, the Eye of Galore fragment that the Aarakocra leader of the Highborn had, well, he was touching it with his bare hands and losing his wisdom saves. And now, he's gone a little fucking loopy and blown himself up, along with a lot of other people. Also, it was like,
Honestly, kind of an L.
it was also changing him. He was getting all goopy and terrible. Anyway, after that, the guard got involved, martial law were declared, we were going to be detained within the field ward, and we didn't want to deal with that shit because we have the Stone of Galore. If we get caught with that, we are screwed. So, we bailed out. That's pretty much it.
I believe the scientific term is skedaddled.
Yeah, we skedaddled. Facade covered our escape with
hightailed it.
illusion.
Peace the fuck out.
To use the technical term, we blew that popsicle stand.
We were skedaddling, we were skedoodling, we were doing things you can't even fucking comprehend.
We
They-
skedaddled, skedoodled, we made your spines a noodle.
But yes, you guys took a long rest and then got back to wherever you were staying for the night, or rather, you like went back to the Troll Skull Alley. I believe the whole group did. And then you were deciding on what to do next. I outlined that in the story you had three options left at this point. But there are other things you can do. There are like other jobs. You still have the orc arms dealer to talk to if you so desire. His name I cannot remember.
Wait, the who arms dealer?
The orc arms dealer.
The
Right, didn't we
You
have to
guys
wait a
are-
few days for that to happen though, right? The armor guy?
So, I got carried away in the intro. Rewind a second to the long rest overnight, if we could, William.
Yeah, I just want to clarify. I don't mean the gnome, like with the orc armor. I mean like the half orc who you found like his name was part of a ledger with the dead the whole
Right,
dead
yeah.
tree thing.
right, yeah.
Honestly, no. I don't know. I'm sure it's in my notes I'm eating right now, so
Yeah.
it's finger food, so.
He was a
There's
he was a contributor to the Dead 3 stuff several years back, and he's in town right now. So he might have something. He might know what was going on. He might have something to do with it. Don't really know.
Wait, was this the thing that Ivory was looking into?
Yes.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
that was
this
just an
was-
Ivory thing. I thought this was like her doing backstory shenanigans. I forgot that was.
no.
Right.
No.
Okay.
This is what I got blown up for.
Right.
Oh,
Did we not? No, we gave the guards a rubbing, so they know as well.
They haven't translated it yet, as far as you're aware.
How did we manage that? Someone give me a recap. Tell me what happened. I don't remember.
I handed off our copy to some of my associates, wink wink, nudge nudge, who could get it to me earlier than the guards managed to decode it. Is what happened.
Hooray
Well,
for
I'm still mad that I missed
bureaucracy.
out on that fucking hook. So maybe there'll be interesting loot, I suppose.
you know, I was thinking.
There is also a Kalos R stitch of getting that cash for those instruments at some point.
Right, we do have to do that.
We should do that because we both need money.
Mm-hmm.
You a little more than me, but still.
Man, I nearly offered you guys some of my food. I looked at this and I was like, shit, I don't think I'm gonna finish this one specific thing. Does anyone want any? And I was like, wait, fuck.
Damn. Too bad we can't take it off your hands.
That's pretty good Thai food.
I've
Anyway,
never had Thai food, but I've
right.
thought about it longingly.
What? Fuck. My brain.
You were
There's a
wondering.
downside to doing this on Friday. All of my mental energy is.
You were wondering about how we got the information about the orc, what this information
Right.
pertained to.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So do we
The
want to
half-orc.
do that, guys, or do we want to just? I'm gonna be honest. I kind of want to just continue going for the main plot and level the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because it's
Honestly,
taken
that's
us
okay with-
over a year to get to level 4.
I do not
For real.
know who this orc is.
Mm. I would be. You know what? Let's just deal with the current issue at hand because, given that the guy who originally had the fucking piece just blew himself up, I think that right now takes priority. Admittedly,
Yes, and if we were to try and obtain the piece from the gangs, now would probably be the best time to do it. While they're in Saray, still focusing a majority of their forces up north, while the guards are as well. They're both quite distracted right now trying to find the piece. If we were ever to have a chance, it would be now.
You know, again, we got distracted. I still need to hit Nick with the spook.
Oh. Yes, rewind. We don't have a rewind drop.
We need a rewind.
So,
Yeah, it's rewind time.
you all take your lovely patches of dirt and other mysterious refuse-filled floor.
Splintered wood, I think we agreed.
Yeah, splintered wood and dirt flooring. Sheltering yourselves from the cold. Trying to relax after everything that happened and with everything that is happening.
The extremely tense sneak over to the cliffside.
Yes. Until eventually, the exhaustion overtakes. And you fall asleep. Ivory. As your eyes flutter shut, you await the darkness, undisturbed and always there. They open again. You see a starry sky and trees, firelight flickering off the leaves. You're on the ground. It is damp, and your eyes are peering through a mask that lies over your face. All around you rings with drums, conversation, and chanting. You sit up seeing you are dressed in clothing of simple fabrics, furs, and petty jewelry. All around you are dozens of people, dressed in the same fare, masks of wood and bone upon their faces. They eat and drink and dance. They mingle by the firelight. You know that this is the autumn communion, and the holy days approach. You are then approached by a woman masked as a boar, dark of skin and marked in tattoos. She approaches you with a long basket slung over her shoulder. She appears to be speaking, but you can hear nothing over the crowd. Taking your hand, she guides you into the woods. Walking with a spring in each step, the air becoming colder the deeper you tread. Fetishes hang from the branches overhead, until every branch is heavy with bone and twine. The trees then give way to a clearing. At its center, a crescent of stacked stones and beautifully carved skulls. Within lies the offering. Worked pelts, fresh food, sealed pots, and beheaded women, dressed as the one who brought you here, all carefully placed. The woman approaches the shrine, leaving the basket among the offerings before sitting down. You then follow, pulling from a pouch on your sash 3 gray crystals, a dull blue light at their centers. You add them to the offering and take a seat next to the lady, closing your eyes. You open your mouth to speak, but then you wake up. You remember that dream with perfect clarity. Enjoy.
Great. Lovely.
I'm sure
Okay.
this is... nothing's going on.
Yeah, it was a 50-50 shot.
I'm sure everything is fine.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
It was just a dream.
Yeah. We have a magical adventure to go on. You wake up. Everything's happening.
Magical in a different way, unrelated to
Yes. Don't worry about
Everyone
it.
knows dreams are
What
real.
lurks within the trees is of no concern to one such as yourself.
You don't even like trees. They're all leafy and covered in bark.
So
Why was-
goofy and green
Dirty.
and full of life.
Why was you don't even like trees so goddamn funny?
Who does? Damn, those fuckers all taller than me.
Canonical.
Fuck them.
Canonical. I'm gonna have to have a backup character. Ivory hates trees from the way she's going to tell. It's
Trees.
like
Oh, no.
100% tree.
You become a tree. I will go ahead and let
She
you know.
hears it.
That was not a
Yes.
lucid dream. You appeared to be riding along, as far as you could tell.
Mhm.
That's all.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Just
She
for
sits up
access
and
alone.
looks to see if anybody else is awake.
Depends on who's on
Takes-
watch.
Probably depends who's on watch, and then just mumbles something and curls up and just goes back to sleep. She's like, "No, I'm too tired for this. Not right now. I'm gonna unpack this later."
There we go. This will come back to you when you're 40.
Unpack this later. Unspecified amount of time.
You'll be at the airport.
Alright,
I'm
so-
gonna guess that you guys are all at the Troll Skull Manor.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Ivory's going to tell you guys about the weirdness of that dream or not, but you have a.
She's not gonna
decision
worry
maker.
about it.
Ivory, I've not looked into it at all, so I have no idea what God's deal is. But has Ivory experienced any kind of weird ass dreams before?
It's entirely possible.
It's possible.
You might have some
Perhaps.
experience with this, maybe.
I'm sorry, what exactly is being asked right now?
I'm actually saying, like, would Ivory have experienced like communion with a religion, or like received any weird ass dreams before that she like has experience with and knows they can mean shit, or is this just like kind of weird?
Yes.
Never had that happen before?
She is familiar with the notion of dreams having like much greater meaning. That's actually that's something that bothers her immensely when it does happen, because it internally for her it's like, oh fuck.
Things Ivory does not like: trees and dreams. But alright, so in that case, yeah.
You just had a
Yeah,
dream
it
about
is-
trees.
You may actually have a reason to mention it instead of it just being unremarkable.
She probably does, but she hasn't. I think the only person who actively knew or knows is Slicin and Facade through that extent. So
Yeah, Akel's opinion is that as long as you're not some sort of cultist who's going to try and kill him at some point or like sacrifice him, he doesn't really give a shit. So whatever you do.
Mhm.
All right, so I suppose we're filled in on the strange dream then.
Do you describe the dream to them?
she's not saying anything yet.
Fair enough.
We're waiting until we're out of the situation that we're immediate. Like we left, right? We're at Troll Skull right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, William, this dream might be something worth bidding. I don't want to fucking copy paste that. I already did it actually. I'm afraid you're too late.
Oh, damn.
Last session.
Actually, she might mention it. Yeah, actually, if it's been the day. Yeah. She'll go find whoever is up, presumably. Whoever is active and alive.
That's
Probably
awesome.
relatively still quite early.
I will
Most-
say, if you guys are at Troll Skull, this is after the long rest. You guys would have at this point jumped off the cliff and traveled 3 miles in unpaved snow.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to go all the way down the cliff to the one gate.
We are all.
To the river gate.
Ivory and I were fine.
We
We
were
had
all.
to hang around back the rest
Yeah,
of
we
the
have no
trip, so.
boots.
Yeah, but you still had to travel 3 miles in the snow.
Yeah.
I will
That probably would have woken you up.
discover who invented gold, and I will curse his folly them.
You won't have to travel very far north then. believe that is the Frost Maiden who did this.
She did not. She inherited it. Just shivering.
And inheritance assumes that the person who did it is dead, doesn't it? So might be quite an involved quest.
Death is malleable to gods. This is walking conversation.
Presumably.
Alright, so how long would it have taken us, William?
I think about an hour to walk. Actually, probably closer to an hour and a half, because, you know, a lot of you are walking through, like, 4 feet of snow.
Yeah, I assume the thermal cube can't help with the knee-deep snow. Legs are still cold.
Nah, this snow is probably, like, in places, it's probably taller than some of you.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah.
Drag.
I'm gonna say after the end of the long rest, it takes about 2 hours for you guys to get to the gate.
Oh god.
Then probably another hour for you guys to get. Actually, no, probably another about.
We'd hire a
10,
cart
15
to get to
minutes.
the...
Is yeah, about 10-15 minutes to get to the Troll School Manor.
So if we go woke up
Probably.
before dawn, which is probably quite late considering the it's winter.
Facade crushes the thermal cube. We all die.
No.
Well, you guys out here dying. Me and Achilles are fine.
What? Toasty warm. Right, so it's like midday? Later?
Like 10, 11 o'clock probably. Or no, we would have
It's
been at the
not
crack
really
of dawn, wouldn't we?
Yeah, but dawn is late because it's winter.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
so
10.
it'd be about. So yeah, it'd be about 10:30 a.m. by the time you guys get back to Troll School.
Fun fact, Roll20, I think, does actually have, like, a calendar and a clock module.
I do believe so, yes.
I mean, we don't need that. We have the finest of timekeeping devices, which is to say, this
Yes, you're right.
calendar down here
I was...
beneath the dragon.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
perfect.
Also, yes, the time management game of the Destined above the Adventures of Mount Waterdeep.
Yes, you're right.
2 options to choose from.
It's half past Bother and I Companions hours.
But yes, so it's about it's like between 10:30 and 10 and 11 at this point. Ivory, you like to talk about your dream?
Tell us, Ivory, what's been on your mind?
I did copy paste.
Nobody happened to wake up last night, not for watch or anything, but did you?
I sprinted through an alchemist fire. I was pretty tired, so no.
Ah, okay.
Sounds like you did. In a manner that is strange.
I mean, you could say that. I was just maybe wondering if somebody else happened to suffer from the same unfortunate situation, but it appears not.
Well, considering the quality of my mattress, I'd say I had, relatively speaking, quite a lovely sleep.
Too bad you're not laying on the
Wonderful.
mattress.
Well, yes, yes. Splintered wood. I didn't know you could splinter dirt before then.
It is more common on the moon.
I'll take your word for it. Sort of like I assume we're in the secret meeting room, TM, right?
We're in the
now.
war room.
Probably.
Yeah.
Locks
war
the
room.
Sort of
door.
like, because we're all sitting at a circular table, so I'm
Yep.
going to do that thing where I turn to Ivory, put the hand up to cover like the corner of my mouth, and then just like point over my shoulder with the other hand, which itself is in full view of Facade, and just go like mouth crazy.
I've had no strange dreams, unlike the ones I always have.
I don't really dream. I think it's a Sato thing.
Could
Maybe
recent
it's
events
anything.
have caused this dream to occur?
See, that's the thing. I recognized what was happening. It's just not. It didn't feel like it was something that I would have recalled under normal circumstances, if that makes sense.
You're implying this dream was more of a vision?
You say vision, and she seems to like physically recoil, but just kind of nods and yeah, yep, that is, yeah.
Michaelis files this under signs of things to not look into further.
That was so cringe, Akalos.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it doesn't seem immediately relevant.
that's kind of what I'm hoping, but admittedly, if it's like what has happened in the past, then you know what? It's no use in worrying about it now. I won't be able to deal with it unless I know for sure. And if it is what I think, then there's no way I'll have time to deal with it while we're in the middle of what's happening right now. Maybe
So
we should.
you believe you may have an idea of what it is?
What did you see?
So long as
It
it's
was.
not likely to come back and bite me in the ass, I don't particularly mind if you want to keep it to yourself. But if it is going to become a problem for us, then I would be quite annoyed if you didn't tell me.
Well, I don't think it'll necessarily. Well, I mean, I guess it.
That sounds
Never
like a
say.
yes.
I'm just hesitant to say. I'm hesitant to say it won't. Never say never seems more applicable, but I also am not entirely sure that it would be fully relevant to you if it is what I think it is, personally. So, and the less you know, the better it might be for everyone involved, but it was a particular festival. There was a forest, there was bones, a lot of bones, revelry, merriment that, frankly, I myself am not all that well acquainted with. It's not. Normally, those aren't festivities that I directly partake in, but I am familiar with it.
They were cutting
And
bitches' heads off.
there was quite a number of sacrifices, both
Oh, good.
non-material and ones that were formerly mortal. Masks. A lot of masks. But the people were enjoying themselves, which I can't say that I'm all too surprised, but it just confuses me a little. The timing is strange. But maybe I'm thinking too much into this. It could be nothing, really, but I'm not all that certain.
Well, the kind of people who tend to be excited and happy with sacrificing people tend to be the sort who are rather annoying to deal with. I never did like zealots.
DM, would I be able to roll a history or religion check to see if Jago recalls anything like that he's read?
Hang on a second, I might be able to give you some sort of advantage here with my next question.
He might already have advantage.
These masks you were... Well, wait. These masks you were mentioning, could you draw them, maybe? Or turns to, facades, like perhaps a description for an illusion?
They were...
I could.
As out of character, I will note the only information she's given so far is festival, sacrifices, and mass.
Yeah.
That's the only, and that could cover like 100 different gods.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking for a mask description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, narrow it down to something.
Nick. The party goers, they had masks. Some of them were made of wood. They were of the skulls of wolves, stags, boars, bears, and mastodons. Some of them were actual skulls.
You said mastodon?
Yeah. The wood ones were not actual size. You didn't
like a
notice.
mammoth.
Yeah.
Or an elephant.
You didn't notice any ones that were made of bone there, luckily, of mastodon. That would be impossible to move in.
Yeah, I mean, some of them were wooden, some of them were skulls of various creatures. What are the ones I had?
Fucking anything.
I had wolves, bears, boars. It was one of the ones in one of the boar masks who took me to where the altar was.
You got married?
There were also mastodons, but mastodon skulls.
Are mastodons a thing in the prime material plane? So, because I assume they're in like the wild plane and such. Like,
they live above the spine of the world. They are still alive.
They are still around. I was hoping that would narrow things down.
I would say roll a nature check, actually.
Oh, yeah.
See if you know this in character.
No! That's a 4. Oh,
Mastodons. Wait, what's a mastodon again?
It's a woolly mammoth, but it's one of the precursor species.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Sorry.
Well, he's not going to ask, he's just going to use context clues to assume it's some sort of animal.
It's a really cool band.
It's this group of bards. Mastodons.
They wield knives made of linoleum.
Wait.
Look up Mastodon linoleum knife. Not now. Later. But yeah.
How the fuck do you make a knife out of linoleum? You know, it doesn't matter.
With the masks and some sort of festival.
Right, well, something to note for later. I guess we'll take out his notebook and scribble some stuff down. Then he's going to start reviewing and go, right. So, do we want to try Oh, no, I don't blame you for mentioning it. It seems... Well, hopefully it won't become relevant.
Perhaps infernal cultists?
The symbols that were on, like, some of the, like, the symbology and things like that, could I try and check? If I'm remembering this dream, like, very vividly, can I try to religion check that? To
Sure.
see
I
if there's, like, any that...
I'll give you advantage. I've got religion as a proficiency.
this would be like
Will my sheet load?
this would be esoteric knowledge, William. Basically, people who live in the area, it would be known to educated individuals. People who live outside the area, it's a fairy tale, it's a legend. Like, oh, that could have been like 10 different things from mixed together. It could have been this, it could have been that, you know.
Everyone likes skulls. When it comes to
Yeah,
cultists.
exactly.
Everyone likes skulls.
Yeah, good.
Everyone likes
It
skulls.
being animal skulls does admittedly narrow it down quite substantially, but
Yeah.
it's still
Well, the
whole-
animals themselves, it might narrow it down a bit.
Mhm.
Because a lot of them, at the very least, as far as I can recall, are lycanthropes, right? Wolf, bear,
Sadly-
boar.
Sadly, today is one of the days that I roll piss poor.
With a 10, you're thinking about it. You don't like Friggy said, it's like there's a few fairy tales, there's some like stories, some of them you don't recognize. But with like between the two of you, you would like think about it, and like, most of those stories are either from the spine of the world or from like north of it, the like the very very cold north, uh,
Hmm.
like just south of the Sea of Ice.
Most of the things I can think about are much further north from here, which, to be honest, makes it all the stranger.
Mm. Well, I wouldn't know.
You describe where the masks. It doesn't matter.
Sorry, what did you say?
Never mind.
When you say it like that, I'm not too sure to believe you, but at this point I...
Sorry.
No, that's fair. When you put it like that, it makes me believe there is a reason to worry, but you know what? For the time being, I'll keep thinking on it. Maybe I'll figure something out.
Yeah. What will we do about the cultists?
You mean the ones from the dream, or
You,
Zach's house?
you said something about a
Oh.
cult leader with a page that blew himself up.
That, yeah. Basically, while he's doing this, he's sort of like snapping his fingers while the other's leafing through his notebook. The Did 3, there we go. The Did 3, they were doing some cult stuff like a few years ago in the city, and it mostly got dealt with. But one of the donators to the cause, we found like a logbook journal thing, is a merchant who's still hanging around, who I guess never got found.
Oh, right. I almost forgot about that.
I did until now. Do we really have anything to gain from going after this guy, though? I mean, we sort of dealt with that business. We got paid for it. Did we get paid for it?
I believe you did, yes.
Oh, good.
You got like the magic item and stuff like that.
Does
Yeah.
he?
I'm still fucking annoyed. Like, we didn't get that goddamn book. We should have just stolen it. But of course, the guards had to notice it.
Does he?
You're talking about the one that they're still trying to decode, right?
Yeah,
Or-
the book you were looking into.
I
I
mean,
mentioned the guy.
to be honest, part of me has the right of mind to just tell them to give it to the people who I initially asked to do it. At this point, probably be faster for them.
I mean, we don't really have anything to gain from it, do we? I suppose we
Not-
could blackmail him for gold. But, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure. Part of me thinks that leaving it be would be fine, and the other part of me is a little concerned that we believe something unchecked and then it affects us in some way, but
Well, I mean, if we're concerned about it,
I'm
we should
not-
pass it on to the guards. Hey, maybe we'll
Yeah,
get more money from them.
good point.
It's just, there's really not much for us to gain from this, I feel like, right? Unless you want revenge
Yeah.
for the whole book thing, but I don't think they were directly
No.
related to that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd love to be honest, I'd kind of love for somebody to feel the horrific pain that I
Like a
also felt
good
there.
stabbing.
I mean, yeah, you know what? A good stabbing would do, but I think at this point, I'm just not sure if it's worth it,
I really want to set some poor bastard on fire.
Yeah, pretty much. I think there could be better uses of our time, and maybe I'll figure out a way to take out my frustration on something that matters immediately. We'll put it that way.
I only hate you because I have pent up aggression against your father. Take that.
I have unique methods of torture.
Maybe we can talk about this later. A little more.
It may cost.
We can talk about this more later. Unlike some of you, my pockets aren't completely empty.
Oh, that's
Anyways.
harsh.
I'm a wizard, fuck you! I have to pay for my spells, you little shit.
Yeah, and I have to pay for things that'll eventually help me make sure that you guys don't die, so
Hey, same!
I'm saving my money for when we're gonna inevitably need it. Oh, Ivory, where's your diamond so that you can revive this guy? Well,
You know,
turns
that
out
can be that's more of like a group fund kind of thing.
I would hope so.
Aw,
You better
can
not.
survive on this campaign. That's cute.
William's just been planning to kill us like this entire time.
He always is.
William, you in fact are taken by the death curse, a campaign we have not yet started running.
Oh no!
Hang on a second.
William dies. Game over.
I may or may not be immune to the death curse.
Alright. So, do we want to hand it over to the guards for maybe a reward?
I think that the
If
names,
was
you know what? I think
probably
that
just
might
yeah.
be. To be honest, I think that might be just our best bet. Means they can look into it, and hopefully we get something out of it. And if we don't get something out of it, then we'll find a way to make sure that we get something out of it. How does that sound?
We are
Alright.
in a unique position for a ruse. We could pose.
What do you have in mind?
We could pose as patrons, have a meeting point, and organize the guard to be there.
What do you mean, patrons?
He is an arms dealer.
Oh, right.
Oh. That
Does
is
he
a fair
just not pay
point.
his taxes? What kind of arms does he deal? Swords illegal. Does he not have the correct licenses? Like, it's...
Mass
Or is it more of
sale.
a...
Oh,
Did you say fast sale?
mass sale.
Oh, mass. Right, yeah, that was one of my thoughts. Right, because he does have a legal front, doesn't he? Yes.
Buying one sword is fine.
Yeah, I understand the concept of mass sales. Alright, so we go and ask the guard. I mean, they're I'm sure used to greedy adventurers, so we'll just go and ask them if there's a reward for this kind of thing. And if not, we can deal with it ourselves, I guess.
Money. 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 Money.
I mean, there's nothing else for us to gain from this. I mean, I suppose technically, you know, there's the safety of the citizens of Waterdeep and such, but it's not really our concern.
Well, you say that there is nothing to gain from this.
Shit,
but
right, I forgot
perhaps-
that you were in the room.
No, the more
You're so... You're so quiet sometimes.
Akelos says this out loud, and
You're saying all this out loud.
Ivory just starts, like, she's been trying to keep a straight face, and then she just.
Well,
He does. Achilles does his eye, and he puts his hand to his face. He's like, "Fuck."
you say that there is nothing to be gained from this, save gold. Well, is your vision so clear that you could see the future? We do not know what these keys lead to and what may be within that vault.
Oh no,
So it may
sorry.
be
We're
within
talking
our-
about the arms dealer dealing with the.
Arms
He has
dealer?
nothing to do with that.
No.
But do we know
he's
that?
he's like a side quest that we did. This has all happened before you joined, unfortunately.
But do we
Okay.
know that?
Akelos, it's a little weird that you're referring to a guy as a side quest. I'm assuming this.
Look, Achilles' worldview is strange and
Calm down,
Unusual.
Bakugo.
It is a term.
right. Yes.
This is
He
why I do not
occasionally
deal with it
breaks
very
into
well.
the third person and talks to thin air. You're not quite sure what's going on. Right. That's just I say that because I assume that Oh, actually no. Yeah, but probably could have done that in person. You might have been confused too in character. Whatever. Anyway, too late. Alright. So we go to the guards, we try and get a reward. If not, contemplate further action. We can do that on the way to something else. There are guard stations all over the city. In the meantime, what to do with these keys? Do we want to go after Xanathars? Because I kind of want to go after Xanathars. I'm pretty sure they tried to kill us one at one time. Flips through notebook. Like, I can't quite remember.
They tried to kill you like 4 times at this point.
Did they? I mean, what? There was... There was the time in the bar, but that was kind of Lancaster's fault. He started that, I think.
Doesn't matter who
There
started it,
was-
we'll finish it.
Lancaster
I would
was
not mind,
uniquely good at. Actually, that's a lie. I'd say uniquely he wasn't good at pissing people off.
I would not mind going after the Xanathar Guild as well. They have attempted to extort my person in the past. However, you must take care with this. As far as I'm aware, they tend to inhabit the lower wards and perhaps even the sewers, and they are as numerous as rats down there.
Wasn't that the Zentarum that were in the sewers? Or are they both in the sewers?
They both have like separate bases and things like that.
Oh, good.
I don't know why, but fucking the Krusty Krab and the Chum Bucket just popped into my head like they're across the road from one another or some shit.
And just start yelling at each other across like a river of sewage. Hey, fuck you, buddy!
This is
Fuck
my
you,
side
buddy.
of the sewer.
We
I'm not your buddy, guy.
You see that?
I'm
This
not
is
your
my river of
friend.
shit. No, this is my river of shit.
You see that slap?
start.
That's my slap! You
Chat,
touch my slap!
what if we just push them all into the sewer water and call it a day?
Yes, of course. We will need somebody who's really good at shove actions.
I got telekinetics, so
Round
boom.
That'll work.
Around them and shit.
Brain
Yeah.
blast them into shit.
Listen, a little frost magic, a little push into the shit water, and all our problems will be solved in 1 to 2 minutes.
I
That
mean,
person will come back as a revenant to kill us.
Listen, revenants are easier to deal with than people like to let on. You just gotta make a deal with the devil.
I feel like that's not easier.
It's easy, it just has recompense later.
Anyways. So yeah, you guys went to try and get the Zentarum pendant?
Oh shit. Early on in my notes, I was spelling Xanathar with a Z, so now I can't control effort.
No.
Fire, I'm gonna have to go back and correct all that.
No,
Um,
Xanathar has an
yes.
X, it's Zentarum with a Z.
Yes, yes.
We need information first.
Yes, we have no idea where they're keeping it after all.
Perhaps we capture one.
Someone high ranking?
Yes. We need to be ready for the ring of loyalty.
Right, yes. Chop off a hand, maybe?
Yes.
Both hands before. Can it be manually triggered? I don't recall.
No.
If
think so.
you go unconscious, you die.
Right, so we... Well, but in character, Adikalos doesn't know.
I think you did do like
Did we?
research on the items because you have
Oh,
like
right.
15 of them.
Okay, so what, we chop off both hands?
I'd be kind of worried about him. Well, I mean, you know what? If
You can
that's what
always
we're
heal
doing, I could.
And still
Yeah, I
stop.
could just. Would I have a good idea? Like, if we like cut off this person's hands and I healed them over, do you think that'd be enough to stop this person from dying, or?
I mean, if you do it fast enough, but whether or not they'll pass out first is an entirely different question.
Well, it doesn't matter, because at that point their hands would have been cut off.
Are you gonna
Okay.
cut off both of them at the same time?
Well,
I'll
Do-
think they're not wearing a glove and we can tell, and then we
I
actually
think-
one.
I mean, I think we could. Well, we could just. If we manage to restrain them and remove any gloves and see which hand it was on, then we could just remove one, and then
That
if
did
they're
occur
still
to me.
being.
But it's
And
not
if
as
they're-
fun.
Yeah, but I think that maybe if if eventually there's a reason to remove both hands, then we could remove both hands. That's all I'm saying. The only thing is that if we remove both hands, then maybe if we wanted to, say, turn this individual over for, crimes, if we take them with no hands and say that we
we're completely
remove
on board
both
with the
hands.
removal of their hands, and anything else is slander, of course. Who are they going to believe? The guys who helped them solve multiple cases and probably did it, or the gang member who is being turned in for ambiguous crimes?
Gang member.
I want you guys to know that the wheeze laughing is the wheeze laughing is 100% canon at this point.
Oh, like we're getting her with it.
I don't know about you, but these are some pretty serious ambiguous crimes.
I mean, you're not wrong. Okay, well, look, to be fair, it would be easy for me to stabilize or make sure that they didn't die if we only removed one hand at a time, if that's gonna be the route that we go down. So maybe we figure out the hand that has the ring on it, cut it off, let's do the healing thing, and then if we need to remove both hands, then we do.
Akel snaps his
I think
fingers. Fuck! I forgot to steal the gang symbols from the clothes, puts his head in his hands. Ah! Tins of gold gone. Free money. There were piles of corpses. Piles!
Alright, guys, I've figured out the individual who's clearly not the real Akalos. Jesus.
I mean,
sorry.
The Akalos I know would never throw money away.
The fact that everyone seems to have forgotten that you can just take off a fucking ring.
Yeah.
Well, try and do that in the middle of a combat. It's like either you restrain them fully or you...
Well, about that. I can restrain
Or
one.
you, instead of maiming this man, could simply render him unconscious, take the ring.
Well, no, the entire point is the ring is if you go unconscious, you die.
Yeah.
You have to remove it while they're still conscious.
Then restraining would work.
Yeah, it would. He sounds very disappointed when he said
I know this is bloodthirsty all of a
It's
sudden.
alright. Like, Facade has gotten up and is now, like, very incredibly, like, robotically patting you and, like, rubbing your back. It's alright. You can kill later.
Okay,
If you have a need for vengeance, far be it from me to dissuade you from it.
It's not vengeance.
However,
I
you
don't
must
really
think
have
about...
anything against them. It's just
Oh,
more, it's
so
been a
you-
while since I've had the opportunity.
Well, you must also think about the situation. You cut off a man's hand, there will be blood, screaming.
That's true. I mean, I suppose it's quite situational. Okay, so we gotta go and find someone in charge. Does anyone know? Do they have like gang headquarters we know of that we could stake out or something?
The sewers?
That's a pretty big space, I'm gonna be honest.
It is
Didn't
also...
you guys... You did mention at some point that you guys had gone into the sewers
That was
previously,
Zentara.
right? Oh.
Ionel mentioned it. Quite annoyed, in fact.
That? Alright, I guess we're ending the sentence there.
Yeah, that was it. Rule number 1, draw them out for too long. Rule number 2, end on weird words.
Okay, so we don't really have any idea of where they are. Does anyone have any idea of the sort of indication of seniority? Do they, I mean, those Highborn or whatever had the gold threads. Do we know how Xenotars indicates captains and stuff?
William, what do I know?
William, we fought a bunch of them lately. What do they do?
Really wish.
Besides
Can
the
we
tattoos,
can we make a roll?
I mean, yeah, how did that guy I interrogated, how is he different from the mooks?
Are we vamping enough for you to read your
Okay.
notes?
I will say roll history or
Achilles, what's your history?
Low, probably.
Oh,
Kalos
okay.
does not have the ASIs left over for intelligence.
I have
-1.
I have proficient. I can give somebody advantage.
Facade quietly thinks about it while you guys do this.
Facade is the most intelligent. You know what? Kalos is just gonna roll. He's seen the guys lately. He's pretty
Yeah,
confident
I'll
he has
ask
some
him.
sort of idea. 7. He's just so busy thinking about fucking left those patches just on the ground, all over the place.
Killing guys. I thought you were gonna say killing guys, but that's
No,
yeah.
he's moved on from that. He's back to the patches.
That was like 70 gold.
Look. It's
I mean,
good
to me,
stress relief to just kind of be able to fucking mutilate people and do whatever you want, as far as Akalos is concerned. Again, like he said, this isn't a matter of revenge. He doesn't have anything against these guys. He just kind of misses being able to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Ah, the Feywild. It's not all sunshine and rainbows.
But yes, Facade and Ivory, you both, thinking about it, would know that Xanathar guild members, like the higher rank you are, usually, let's see, higher ranking members are spellcasters of some kind and would generally have like better equipment, like nicer clothes, or would have like bodyguards of some in some direction, like you, Kanku or bugbears, or in some cases actually a few gazers.
I mean, usually it can usually be pretty easy to tell who exactly is the higher rank just based on what they're wearing. They just look better. A little.
Posturing.
To be honest, it'd be more fun if they had something interesting to look for, I will admit.
Posturing is important in gangs.
So, Ivory, you know people. Can you get any information on this?
I could probably work something out, but I'll need about a day or so to find a contact. It'd be kind of hard to find them around this time, especially with everything that's been going on. They might be quite busy, but
that is unfortunate because that's exactly what makes this a good time to strike.
Well, do we plan on? I assume that we're planning on doing. Are we planning on doing this today?
I think as soon as possible is a good idea. While everyone's busy and distracted.
Okay. Well, what time is it, William?
Like 10:30.
It's between 10:30 and 11 a.m. Yeah.
Hmm.
But also,
Right.
to join at all, you need a lot of money and be willing to kill anyone. A loved one, a friend.
I mean, do you need a lot of money? I've seen some pretty pathetic Xanathar.
300 is the fee.
Gold?
Yes.
Damn, that is a lot of money.
To be honest, I think. So, from what I'm understanding, we're just looking to find somebody who may have been in, or are we?
We're looking to find somebody who knows
where we
have
can
the
find them,
key,
right?
So we'll probably need to work our way up the chain. Which means, to be honest, we could probably start with any random Xanathar book off the street, ask them who they get their orders from, and then just work our way up.
Yeah, to be honest, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It would, it would be easier for me to ask to see if anybody's noticed any consistent movement. Where they see more of Xanathar's men flocking to, and then we could go and stake out the area.
We
Find
could.
the first guy to wander off.
We could draw in a recruiter. The bomb. We could claim it.
I think everyone knows that it was the Highborn.
We could claim that we did it. Or our bait did.
The problem is, I don't think we want to draw attention to ourselves.
Just one.
Are you volunteering?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, I
There's a
see
long
I see what you mean.
It would get their attention.
Which I think is a bad thing.
A thought.
Maybe we keep it in our back pocket.
Time
So I
is
agree.
time is short. A day or two. Then we are posers.
Who would you announce that to?
We
By the way,
release.
we need to go and find someone.
We fabricate an upstart and release a rumor. Wanting to join, no one to kill, no money to spend, but a large gesture to give, stolen from another.
Implying that we have the key, I think, is a poor decision.
No,
Or that some mysterious entity has the key.
no,
As far as they're concerned right now, it might be the guards.
we claim that our bait did the bombing.
Actually, that might not be a bad idea. It would be incredibly risky,
Besides,
especially given the general. Jago, I don't know you all that well, so I can't speak on your behalf. But given the lack of charismatic forces that tend to exist in this space, we would have to be really convincing to make it work.
You've given perhaps what you would call prep time. I can be rather convincing. I have spells that will allow me to become more suave, easy on the ears.
As do I. Unfortunately, my people skills have never been all that up to snuff.
Facade,
The dire lack of a face.
Facade just does a spell and becomes a very gruff-looking dwarven man. You kind of see the tip of the hat go into the top of the head as she's crouching down to fit into the illusion. My name's Torwin. I fucking got that bird to blow those fucking people up. Stole his fucking alchemist fires. Got all his men there. Got all those people there. Spread the fucking rumors. And now they're all fucking dead. Let me the fuck in. I ain't got no money. I'll kill anyone else you want me to.
You know, having multiple of... Yeah. You know what? That might do it. I do agree with Facade's idea, though. That does seem like it would be the fastest way to gain attention. Again, I could go to my contacts to try and dig something up, but it would take a while. We would be sacrificing time.
We might get
The
one of
quickest
the...
route is not necessarily the best in these situations. If the word gets out that the key is within someone's possession, then not only will the Xanathar Guild be after it, but other parties as well. And this will create chaos that is completely unnecessary.
I'm not saying I have the key, I'm saying I want to be in the Xanathar's Guild, but I ain't got the money for the 300 gold fee, and I want to be in there, so I blew those people up to show you I'm fucking serious. You see, like, that's my plan.
There are own people there as well.
Exactly. They're fucking weak, you don't need them. I'm good, I tricked them all, culled them out for you.
We would have to answer for the question on why there at the and if there was any relation to the piece.
That born bird went mad, decided I'd trick him, steal his bombs, use his stuff, kill his people, instead of getting my own. And then just Facade stands up. The illusion fades. It is a work in progress.
This feels like it could go poorly.
As is, perhaps.
I mean, what's the end goal here? We get an audience with a higher up?
We capture a recruiter. Guaranteed, trusted, high of rank.
So I suppose the trick is mostly unnecessary then. Or, well, that is to say, once we get them in, you would be distracting them, and then we take them out from behind.
The problem is, they would want their own meeting place, not ours. It is the start of a plan. Jago had something to add. Looks at Jago. He seems to have an idea. We could merge them, make something better.
Utilizing gang tensions that have quite abruptly boiled over. Spreading word that the Xanathar Guild has done this would allow gaining not only a weaker Xanathar Guild force to deal with, but allies to aid in distraction. I tried my best to work with the silenced, and at the very least, they owe us 3 lives.
Those ads, an established member, is your plan, no?
Helping to spread the Xanathar Guild's forces thin.
Yes.
When word gets out that this meeting, which perhaps was entirely done to be peaceful, this auction, was interrupted by them, various gangs and people will want blood. If we can egg this on further, there will be less people and less gang members to deal with once we go in for the key itself.
Cosmonaut, is Jago like slowly, mockingly mimicking Facade, or have I like infected you with her weird cadence?
I didn't even know I was doing it.
You were doing the halting thing, yeah. It's like yawning. It's infectious.
Oh, it might be because I'm like weirdly away from the mic.
No, not like
Right.
cutting out, like you were doing halting sentences the same way, like a bunch of short sentences. I don't know.
Oh,
Dramatic
is it?
pauses.
I don't know. I guess Security's like looking around, trying to gauge. Like, yeah, good idea, right?
Alright, so we spread. You want to spread rumors that they're based trying to inflame the gang tensions.
Inflame gang tensions. Then we utilize this to be able, in some small way, to lessen their power, split apart their forces. Then we go in for the key thereafter. Still, this would be a rather hard endeavor, but it would be less hard than what we had tried than what we would have tried previously. Getting a higher up member is a good idea. However, there is no guarantee that this member will know, or this recruiter, in fact, will know where the key is being stored.
Well, it's likely they won't, but the point is you'd interrogate them for someone they report to and go to them and work your way up the chain.
Jago's,
Fair enough.
Jago's plan.
I'm not.
Oh.
Jago's plan, the problem is that would likely take a similar amount of time. Rumors don't exactly spread lightning fast, but it's certainly something that we could just do in the background in addition to whatever else we choose.
It also provides opportunities for other methods, even if it fails. It
You
is
do have a point.
a good plan.
I mean, the thing is, none of them are mutually exclusive. We start spreading rumors, Jago's plan. Ivory goes to her contacts and asks if they have any idea where we could find a higher up, and then we try and lure in a recruiter.
And Torin Blackknuckle may seek audience.
Alright. Also, one thing I do want to do is check in on Raynar, because who knows if he's in a similar state to
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good idea. We should probably make sure that he's not,
Oh,
currently being
you know. Yeah.
INL's gold bag.
Right. So, let's drop by the Messengers Guild and I'll talk to the person he knows, send a message.
Ivory,
Hmm?
you know the words. What is the term for what I mean? One who is slept with just to
Sugar
get
daddy.
gifts and money. And that's the awkward thing you get to explain to Facade how we do things.
Oh boy. I'm sorry, what exactly did you ask? Because there was something else.
What? Ivory, you know words. What's the word for somebody who you sleep with just to get gifts and money from them?
Oh,
Yeah.
um, don't worry about it. She goes to say something, stops, thinks about it, goes to say something else, stops, goes, no, that's not quite right.
Down,
I mean, it's not really that either.
down below, we call it a Vernault. It means jewelry box.
You know what? A lot more eloquent than what it is up here, I'll say that.
Hmm.
Funnily enough.
though it is usually men with matrons. Many die.
Alright, so how do we intend on spreading this rumor? Do you have contacts? Does anyone other than Ivory have contacts?
I could.
Oh, well, getting rumors out shouldn't take too terribly long, but it'd be faster if multiple people had folks they could talk to.
I can speak to the silenced who come to the Bistro Temple. As we work with them, they would be able to spread the word through their own ranks in the underground.
Well, that would help a lot.
Mine are
And
back south.
what about tracking down, well, getting out the rumor of wanting to meet this recruiter?
Assad, you had contacts?
Not here.
As in not in the city?
Correct. I have some from Phandalin to Daggerford, but not here.
Alright, so you two spread the word about inflaming gang tensions, how we wish to go about that, and then also this rumor about wanting to meet a recruiter, I suppose.
I know how to find new ones, but ivories are what we have.
In the meantime, we'll go and make sure our friend is still in the right mind.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright. Meet back here, and how long do you think it'll take you guys?
Give me 2 hours, maybe.
I've only worked with the Highborn twice. I know no one. I will have to start over.
Alright, I suppose just ask around, see if they know of any centers of Xanathar activity, because they might just be aware of some on hand. But other than that, I suppose see you all back here in 2 hours.
Assad just goes with Ivory, hoping to meet someone, if possible. Assad just starts awkwardly following you, quietly.
Is she intentionally trying to hide herself or not?
No, she's literally just walking behind you, and if you turn around, she's just
Ivory
right there.
stops. What are you doing?
Finding new contacts. You know,
I want to meet your friend.
the city.
She stops. Just kind of makes a gesture to come outside. And once they're outside, she's like, okay, but I have 2 rules. Let me do the introducing.
Very good.
And please keep this to yourself, if you would, for now. It's a bit of a... It'll be a very... I'm not sure if it'll be a difficult conversation necessarily when it comes up, but it'll definitely be a little awkward. And frankly, right now is not the time for that. So, and I'm being completely serious here. So, just keep this to yourself and let me do the introducing.
I have not told the others of you or Our Lady, and I will not if I don't have to.
Ivory's context. Fae Hunters TM.
Not quite. It's
Do
a little more awkward.
You're about to...
Ivory will.
Ivory,
Sorry.
one moment. Do you know any Lyrans other than me?
I don't. Not off the top of my head, at least.
That's good. They would be bad if you knew. Not worth it.
I can only guess. Come on, this way.
You take your edgy creature with you.
Come on, edgy creature, let's go.
Skitters.
I would know, William, knowing that, it would be easy to get information out. Going straight to headquarters, I would know if going straight to headquarters and discussing it amongst the people who were immediately there would probably be the fastest way, yeah? If I just wanted to get information out, aside from finding the people I know who are stationed in the city? Or would it be faster for me just to go to the locations? Because Ivory would know this. Because she's done this before. Is he gone?
That problem of... Well, my character has contacts in the underworld, but I personally have no fucking clue how that's meant to work.
It's one of those things where, like, I have an idea of how this could go, but I don't know it, like, logistically speaking, if that is making things more complicated than not. It really doesn't matter. It just changes how the interaction happens. It doesn't change the interaction itself.
William is muted. Okay, he didn't.
Yeah, that's why.
So I assume it's intentional.
I am unmuted. I am muted. Sorry, I thought I didn't realize I was muted.
Also, while I have you, could you move Noah to not currently in the group?
Yes.
Description, while you consider the question.
Ponder the orb.
Gaze into the middle distance.
Ponder it. But yes, the fastest you would know that the fastest thing to do to get information out would probably be just to go to the people who distribute the information and just pay them to do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. And they wouldn't be at headquarters, they would be out and about, yeah.
Yeah. They'd be at like various bars or meeting places, game halls, brothels, things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Hopefully you're down for a little bit of bar hopping then. Let's go. I'll start making my way kind of like to the ones that I immediately know. Yeah, it just kind of in a big in a sort of circle stitch where we just kind of I want to chalk off like the ones that I know of within about around here. If I can get further within 2 hours, then I will. But given I have to go into all of the individual places and find people, then that's what we'll do. I'll pay them if necessary, and redact that from what I have on hand. facade as when Ivory enters these establishments, most of which are bars, but there's a couple other locations. She'll stop for a minute, take in who exactly is there, and sometimes it's the person behind the counter, sometimes it's a server, sometimes it's just somebody who seems to just be there for the sake of being there, and pulls out. You see she flips up what appears to be you might catch this, but she flips up what appears to be a dark navy blue a piece of cloth with some sort of silver embroidery on it as she asks them a question. It's almost like a nonchalant gesture, like she's finicking with the cuff of her jacket.
Yeah.
And immediately, usually afterwards, the conversation would quickly be taken to a back room, or you might see a quick exchange of a letter as a handshake occurs.
Very good, very good. I mean, Sod knows not to mess with things that are working. Don't fix a working machine. Don't take apart the dishwasher when it works. That did not have the implications it sounded like I was referencing Everybody Loves Raymond. Your father fixed the dishwasher. Oh.
Didn't you break it? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm calling Ivory a dishwasher.
Possibly at some point.
Good money.
I don't know if her dad would be doing his round. If her father would be doing his rounds or not.
My God.
I'm not sure if they would interact. I'm not sure if she would see him, but
he would probably be like more late evenings or like early night, late afternoon things. So probably not, considering how early it is.
Okay, that's what I thought. But yeah, you make your way around, and sometimes you would see the scarf. Sometimes she would pull out you know those really small books that like fit in the palm of your hand sort of situations, like the ones that are almost
a pocket
too
book.
small for like, yeah, pretty much. She sort of pulls some stuff out as if she's showing them something on the inside, and you see and at a glance it seems to be like a variety of symbols, but more so appears to be an actual code, like an encrypted code of some sort.
It's some sort of cant.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But that would be like the main things you would pick up on. Otherwise, it just kind of seems like she shows up, seems to speak fairly normally, and gives them a quick farewell and goes on her way. And this continues for the next 2 hours. I'll give you some. I'll send you some names of some people that she would have thought were
Oh shit.
adequate for
Useful names.
people that. Yeah, I'll give you some names in a minute. I have to go find them, but of people that she thinks. So she's like, if you'd really have to fuck up really hard to not to do something wrong here. So but yeah, that is.
You are. What are you doing? With these people? Are you trying to find the recruiter? Are you trying to spread the information of like to start gang tensions? Like what
I was about to say the over table really quickly. So we're going with the idea that there was an individual who set up the explosives in an act, right?
Yeah, we were
Just
setting
make sure, like,
Yes, we're
Yeah.
setting up that a dwarf named Torin Blackknuckle, who wishes to join the Xanathar's crew, like manipulated. Or are we doing the are we framing the Xanathars, or are we doing the dwarf, or are we doing both? Because we never got a concrete decision there.
I thought we were doing
yeah,
both.
that's
Okay, we're doing both. Just making sure. I didn't know if I should use Torin for that or make a fake.
so.
Anyway.
Torin. So the rumor was a dwarf named Torin Blackknuckle wanted to join the Xanathar's guild, so he was the one who set up the explosives. And remind me how this relates to the. Sorry, my note taking is so slow today. Oh my god. And the thing with the framing the. Sorry?
Torin Blackknuckle is a dwarven upstart who came in from out of town. He appears to be from up north. He did not have money for the entry fee, nor did he have anyone in his life to murder or sell into slavery in order to win over the trust of the Xanathar's Guild. So he staged the big explosion by manipulating the Highborn at a moment of weakness in order to prove, that he's got what it takes. He seems confused, but he's got spirit.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's what I would be passing on. That we have a name, Torin Blackknuckle, northern dwarf, seemed to want to join Xanathar's, but had no money, no real way to join, and so he manipulated the Highborn into setting up what would be a spectacle for him, and wound up causing the explosion up in the field ward.
Okay.
One question I have is how are these recruiters gonna find us?
Basically, it's
Spread a rumor of, hey, meet us here?
basically the rumors being spread and is being told to be delivered, because we're going to an information broker, and we're asking the information broker to release into the Xanathar Guild's channels that Torin Blackknuckle wants into the gang, but has no one to murder or sell into slavery, nor enough money, so he set up this whole
Xanathar's gang is meant to go to this information broker and be like, tell them to meet us here.
Basically, yeah, we're setting up a meeting spot for them to meet
It's
Torin
just
Blackknuckle.
the thing about my contacts specifically is that could go this could work very fast, or this could work very slow. It depends on how they interpret this information, but really, yeah.
And that how this works, because either they're going to send a recruiter or someone kind of strong, because if this random-ass dwarf tricked the leader of the Highborn, went into their, territory, stole their stuff, set up a bomb, and, made all of this happen, then you can't send some schmuck to kill him. You gotta send someone tough. That's the dream, at least. The scope of this proves that he's either a threat or an asset, so either way we get someone high-ranking to come to kill him or recruit him.
Yes. Alright, sounds good.
Yeah,
That's what you're doing.
I'm going to save you the triple, speaking length of Facade explaining that to you.
I like how a party is sees gang war, goes, the chaos is convenient, inflames gang war
Exactly.
for personal goals.
Flame war,
The
pyrotechnics,
protagonists,
guitar.
ladies and gentlemen.
Are we protagonists? I
So we
Are
are
we
the story.
Oh, you're not the heroes, definitely.
secondary
That term
antagonists.
doesn't quite fit.
You're the anti-villains.
Oh no. I mean, that's what Last is, the anti-villain. So yeah, it's not the first time I've done this.
Okay, so while they're doing that, and I suppose we'll Jago is doing the same thing, unless he wants to go through his as
Jago,
well.
are you?
Yeah, that was the plan, to go through his silenced contacts and spread the rumor underground so that a lot of tension and, fights are breaking out with other gangs and the Xanathar Guild.
I
will
wonder.
note, the field ward is still like heavily locked down right now.
Well, this is gonna take some time, no matter what. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the lockdown's going to end before we ever see any effect.
Yeah. I'm just pointing out the fact that like the day that you guys make the plan, which is like the day after the explosion, there's no way to actually get to the Highborn because they are, or that to the Silenced because they are. Unless you try to find a member that was not in the field ward at the time, but
Carrier pigeon.
I think
oh yeah,
that is the plan, right? Because
that is entirely
Yeah.
possible. Yes.
Was going to go to the temple and see if there were any of their contacts out of the field ward.
Guys, carrier pigeon.
Okay.
That was not a joke.
Don't carrier pigeons need to be trained for a specific person or location?
What I'm saying is information brokers in the city would probably have something akin to carrier pigeons for quick delivery of information. Because being a third level spellcaster is not as easy as, owning a trained bird.
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 no, I'm just imagining owning a trained bird that is itself a third level spellcaster.
Now that's a different story.
Owning an owlet.
Damn. This is
Or a
Squawkers. It's an owl in
Hey,
her-
just because I can fly doesn't mean I can carry your fucking messages.
Well,
Like, what is
aren't there paper
what is the
birds as
meme?
well?
Yeah.
what is the meme? It's like oh, this is my pet. That's a whole man. Yeah, he's a rescue. I found him on the side of the road.
Oh my god, yeah, that
you-
one.
So you kidnapped a guy. I've just been feeding him and wait, so you just kidnapped a guy? Wait, what's in this for you? Like what happened, man? Yeah, I have no idea. I was just walking home one day and this guy just picked me up, threw me in the back of his car and now I'm just here. Wait, so I understand that he's crazy, but what do you get out of it? He's like, dude, 401k matching, dental, full health coverage, and I don't gotta do shit.
Sir, do you not
And
understand
the,
that?
and the original guy is just like, meow?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. But as you were saying, Cosmonaut.
Okay. Cosmonaut, if you would be so kind as to roll an investigation or a perception check, please.
No.
Let's see. Going to your temple, it takes a little bit from the Troll Skull Alley, but you will make it there rather easily. Actually, let me check something. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Today is rather the weather of today is rather decent. Like it's actually kind of warm but warm in the way that like there's actual sunshine. Like there is it's not completely overcast. It's basically partly cloudy.
The sun
Uh,
reflects off of the snow, blinding us.
Yeah, that's more or less. You will be told, however, that the next day it's gonna be pretty windy. Not nearly as bad as like like a week or two ago. About a week ago, I think, in game. But it is going to be somewhat significant. It is going to be pretty windy. The wind chill is going to bring things down to like a pretty significant amount. But as you are going to your contacts at your temple, I don't know why I couldn't think of the word for a second there. You will be told that there is no member of the Silenced there, but there was one there a few hours ago. They were, from what information you're able to gather, which isn't a lot, they were heading towards the southern ward.
Alright, yeah, he would head to the southern ward then.
Alrighty then. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Iago, you are heading through the dock ward to get to the southern ward when you see something. You notice something. Something rather rather brazen, but in today's city, not that shocking. You see what looks to be a group of about 3 men trying to break into a building. You see that the 3 men are wearing like very rough leather armor. One of them has a torch. The other 2 have very heavy-looking clubs, as they are knocking on this garishly painted purple storefront called Zoblob's.
Oh my fucking god.
Do they look to be like city guard or
They have, like as I said, like very rough leather armor, very patchwork, like patchwork clothes, very clearly well used and probably somewhat old weaponry. I would like you to roll a investigation or a perception check, please.
For reference, Iago, Zoblobs is by the flamethrower and jester's hat. The little purple dot here on the map.
We're very angry at some chesters.
With a 12, you would be able to rather easily recognize, not easily notice, but easily recognize, members of, they are Zentarum tattoos. It looks like a winged snake flying out of a fire. And listening to them, they are like 2 of them are like, one of them is kind of on the lookout for guards, and the other 2 seem to be trying to break down the door, yelling, we know about the Zannies, you piece of shit, get out here.
No. Jago's from and in they don't really there's not really a negative view of the Zentarum there. They're just another mercenary company down there.
Yeah.
So, but there is the mention of the Zablab knowing about the Xanathar Guild. So
They
I'm
seem to be
unsure.
implying that whoever owns this store has something to do with the Xanathar's Guild.
So now I'm unsure if I want to help them or help the store owner. He's not a good character, he's a neutral one. So, like, he doesn't really care about good or evil, but he doesn't necessarily care about the good of the people or all that. He's just like, yeah, mindless violence is unnecessary. So,
He's pragmatic.
yeah.
Well,
And
I
I
will
guess being
say,
pragmatic, he might
I will.
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I will say that I don't know if this influences your decision with pragmatism, but there are 3 of them out here who you would need to contend with. You don't know how many people are in the store that you would need to contend with if you helped them. If you wanted to help assault them. So yeah. So either if you help the store owner, it would be a known 3 people that you would need to deal with. If you were to help the 3, it would be an unknown number of people, but hey, 3 potential allies.
Very true.
They're also a mercenary company that appear to be on mercenary business. They talked about Xannies, though, and you want to know about the Xannies.
And the Xannies are pretty bad. So, the one
They
who
are
is
also they are also the 2 main groups in the gang war in the city right now.
and getting their help, yeah. Okay, so with that,
So yeah,
Jago Hill,
basically at this point, if you find a dead person, it's either Xanathar, Zentarum, or a guard at this point in the city.
Oh, come on. There's also innocent civilians.
So,
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Hill,
But like most of the bodies are one of those 3 kinds of people.
yeah, he'll, I guess, sling the staff around his shoulder. I guess it's on a sling. And he'll put his hands up, approaching the Zentarum.
I will say something that you do notice rather immediately approaching. There's a beholder in the window. It's not
Like
a
an
real
actual
one.
beholder? Like,
It's not a real one. It's a very large, about like 3 foot in diameter plushie.
oh, okay. That's weird.
I was looking back on my notes and recalling the appearance of the store owner, and I noticed in my notes about the plushie, it was right there. How did we not notice? Or did we, and I just forgot?
Yeah, hello.
Not too late to
I think
steal
you guys
it.
just basically went, that's weird.
It's not too late
Cool.
to steal it, guys.
He'll
Yeah, I
approach
think
the
if I remember-
Zentarum with his hands up so he's not, walking toward them with a weapon.
Was it Hex who wanted to buy it? I forget. No, it was
Was it Lancaster?
I think it was Lancaster, yeah. And then Ghost got really really sad when he refused to sell it.
Not relevant. Jago approaching gangs members.
But yes, you will approach the gang members as like the one with the torch on seemingly on lookout will like pretty easily spot you as you are heading right for them, and he just kind of nudges the one next to him as he stops like banging on the door with his club, and he'll look around and say, he looks to be about to say something, and then he closes his mouth, closes his eyes, takes a bit of a deep breath and puts on a very customer service-esque smile as you'll ask, hello there. How can I help you?
It is more of how we may
Not-
help each other.
Sorry about the noise. We got a bit of business with the gentleman in here. We'll try to get out. We'll try to get out of here lower and quiet down in a bit.
If I may. Certain words you said have reached my ears, and if the gentleman within has information that you say he has, then it seems we can come to a mutual accord. I can help you get in, and with less banging on the door and complaints and attracting of guards. I only want to be privy to what you learn from him.
I would like you to roll a persuasion check, please. A 5.
No.
As they will say, with all due respect, sir, we don't know you, don't know who you're with, if anyone. We not sure if you might make things worse. I'm sure that you understand that this is business, and we wouldn't want to get you either in trouble or for you to get us in more trouble.
Perhaps a demonstration of how I may help you. I know, still both hands out, he'll trace a little weave sigil, and on the guy that was hitting the door, he will cast Enhance ability, granting him the bull's strength.
That is a touch spell, so are you going to actually pat him on the back, or?
Not patting, more of he'll still both hands up, trace the sigil, then with 2 fingers press them into the guy's chest. Not poking him, but gentle press into it, and then he's imbued with a bull's strength.
As you do this, all 3 of them are looking at you, and they look. All 3 of them will ready an action to attack you. It's they don't know you. They don't know what your spell you're casting. But as you cast the bull strength, the one who is who was talking to you, who was rapping on the door, will look at you, place a hand against their chest where you touch them, look at their other hand and flex it, as you see the muscles bulge under their skin, as they'll kind of look at you, not with they'll look at you with a somewhat begrudging respect. Yeah, I can work with this. They will then wave at the other. They'll then wave at the other 2 to lower their weapons, and he'll say, "All right then. What was it you said you were hoping to get out of this?"
Information concerning the Xanathar Guild. They've committed, they've killed a lot of people unnecessarily in the field ward. And I would like to get to the bottom of why. Add to it, I also have a bit of a grudge against them.
When you say field ward, they were kind of looking at each other, but all 3 of their attentions will immediately snap back to you, as they'll say, "Field ward? Isn't that where that explosion happened?"
Yes. There was to be an auction. However, the Zenithar Guild managed to interrupt it, and in so doing left behind a very bloody mess.
You're very well informed.
And I would like to be more informed about their location.
I'll say roll another persuasion check with advantage, please.
Is your better?
The one in charge will, the one in front will say, "Look, we're supposed to bring him to an employer of ours. After that, you may never see him again. So, tell you what, we get paid as long as we get the guy alive. We open this door. We get him somewhere safe. We'll give you 44 hours to interrogate him as much as you. All we were told was that he's a Xanathar agent. Whether he is or not, I don't really care. I'm just being paid to bring him in. But yeah, since you're so kindly helping us, we'll give you 24 hours with him, as long as he stays alive."
I have no intention of being sloppy and messy in my work.
Right. And
I heard
well,
you say 44 hours the first time. I was like, that's a really odd amount of time.
I said 24.
Yeah.
But
no,
that
that's-
is interesting.
44.
I was like, man,
44.
paying a long time to be a really odd amount of time.
Wow. He will then turn around, lift his foot, and with the advantage, get a 19. Roll a 19, giving him a 25 for his athletics check. As he just one shot kicks the door open, like almost off its hinges, as like he pauses for a second, like looking at the door that with his foot still extended. Then he'll like look back at you with like you can tell a bit more respect, and then he'll like turn back around and head on in, like yelling, "Right, Zoblob, don't want to make this any more painful than it needs to be." He'll head in, and then the two with him will head in as well. I don't know if you want to go in or not, but yeah, they are going in. All right. You see purple, just so much purple. Every single item in the store is purple. The walls, the floors, the ceiling, the counter. Like every individual item is purple. Like all of the merchandise. It is garish, and it is very, very iconic. As you are, interestingly enough, as you enter, one of the first things you see will be a somewhat sizable group of creatures. They're small, spheric, and they have little tentacles with eyeballs coming out of their heads.
Those things.
Sorry, give me a second.
I was just looking through the NPC's handout where
Yeah.
we have Zoblob, and I was reminded of Zardor's Zord, the man with the magnificent hat.
Yeah.
So,
I wish there weren't so many distractions. I wanted to see what his deal was.
I do not even remember him.
I'm sure he had to be special. He had, like, art, flamboyant art at that.
Mm.
I just remember the name. It's so funny.
Actually, do I have it written down in my notebook?
Are you a real fan?
No.
Are you a fake? Oh, I can't believe it.
I have failed. This man has rainbow wings on his hat.
Oh,
He definitely had some kind of
Zardoz
deal.
Zord, I remember. I don't remember what part of the story I don't remember where he came in.
While we were looking for the Nimblewright. He had his own Nimblewright, and we got it led to him. Yeah.
Ah, yes, that is correct, yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Sorry, give me a second. As you will see in the shop, a group of 5 of these.
Wowzers.
Yeah, the ugliest little fuckers.
Foul mouth.
The cursed eyeball
Did
spaghetti.
we kill the one that was following us around?
I think so,
I
yeah.
think so. I think
I
so.
think-
I think you did. Yeah, it was trying to run away because it like pushed the bridge, the board that managed to try and
Oh,
get
yeah.
to throw his license into the shit water,
How dare.
and then
Yeah, we killed it.
I think it tripped. What I forget who was it in the group before Ivory?
Lancaster
Oh,
and
Lancaster,
Ike.
Mixie.
Mixie.
It was
Yeah.
Ike. Yeah, Ike and
I think
Mixie.
it tripped. I think it tripped Mixie, and made her fall into like a frozen turd or something.
No.
Back when there were 2 satyrs in the party.
But let me get this map ready. Yeah, so your 3 companions are fighting these the gazers. This is a relatively, actually pretty small map.
Do you have an actual map, or are we gonna draw a grid, or just do theater of the mind?
Here, I'm making a map right now.
Oh, damn! Look at him go. Quick art. I
Hey,
expect
yo.
shading.
They're just little idiots, the gazers. You know. They tend to get
They're just
murdered.
little stupid guys.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Loady little dumbasses.
I love my little stupid guys.
I love the fact that like part of their lore is the fact that they're basically just head lice for beholders.
Brain lice.
Things they dream up.
Just-
And like
Oh god.
the fact that like wizards will just keep them as rat catchers.
Which, they're better rat catchers. I feel like they, like, I don't know, drool on your carpet and damage things.
Entirely possible, but hey, a magic floating head thing, that's pretty fun.
Yeah. Shooting little disintegrate beams at your carpet.
Oops.
Hang on a second. What CR are they?
I believe they're 1/4.
Fuck sakes.
That should be easy. I think gazers are okay. If not, I've got 2 beefy backups that will do just fine.
Oh no, they're 1/2.
Yes!
Just
I mean, I'm not there and it literally doesn't matter, but this might be the first time in this campaign since we got the Shroud that we have fought a creature that is CR 1/2.
haha.
It's really funny, actually.
I'm unattuned to that thing ages ago, but man, is it worthless.
It's not very good, yeah.
Well, it would be great if we were actually higher level. It is a rare item.
Yeah.
It's just there's nothing it can give us, right?
Later, when we're fighting stronger things in Schultz, maybe it'll matter.
I'm considering selling it.
But think about how useful it could possibly be.
It really could, couldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm still going to be playing a Kalos by the time we get there, though. We'll see.
Okay. Boop. Let's go.
I like to imagine the door just got kicked down. But how does Yago enter? Through the window.
Oh, I thought that was the
No.
door.
No, door's right here.
Oh.
Lying on the ground,
Yeah, 'cause
actually. I thought it was a
it was
carpet
like
until I
the-
saw the doorknob.
Oh god.
That's the
Yeah.
counter, but it's the door for now.
Yeah.
Jago just
I think
nose dives through the window.
That's the carpet. I don't know what that thing is there though.
I think it's the door, and that's the doorknob.
No, because like that would mean like the door is freaking huge now.
Also, William,
Like,
fabricated
that. Would be, like, a
that.
50-foot tall door.
Why would the map show it?
It's 11 foot.
Let's see.
To be fair, it's not like things are to scale.
Alright. Jesus. Initiative. Spy.
And it's good initiative. Why do we have a guard token? Is there one in here, or is that just...
No,
placeholder?
that's just the stab block I'm using.
Imagine having good initiative. Literally could never be me.
Don't you have a negative in dexterity?
Me, no.
Okay, I don't know.
That was Medi.
Oh, I see.
No, wait, no. Yeah, no, that was Medi.
It was Medi's hair. It just kept getting in the way, stepping on it.
I'll never forget rolling a 0 initiative because of that.
The Raditz meta has backfired.
Didn't I roll a -1 initiative recently?
I think so.
I vaguely remember this.
I thought it was an Archon.
Yes, that's what it was, Arc. Alright then.
Are all the gauges going on the same turn?
Yeah.
If Sobolov stands still,
One person.
That's turns by side. It's their side, our side, their side, our side.
if Zobolov stands still in his shop, is he camouflaged? Can he hide in plain sight when in this shop as a lair action?
Has advantage on stealth checks when
It's entirely possible.
In
Yeah.
his shop.
anything in this room could actually be Zoblov.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna ask each of you to roll me a d4. Each of you roll me 2d4, please.
Oh boy.
Damn,
Okay.
I did poorly.
Think you did poorly.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I guess you did poorly.
I have good luck today. Or good rolls.
Oh, was that their HP?
Perhaps.
Yes, I
Nope.
did poorly. Sorry, did you say no?
Alright, that is correct. I said no.
Oh, damn. I'm going to go with, tentatively, yes, I did poorly. I'm gonna assume this is a good thing.
So,
I can't believe you fucking did that. Why would you roll a 7? Honestly.
Alright, so the gazer on the
Decided,
far
yeah.
left is going to look at the spy and the bandit. This one is going to be against the spy. And this one is going to be against the bandit. The spy needs to make a dex save.
Do they get to choose what ray it is?
Nope, that's why I had you roll the roll.
Oh.
Ooh, that is a 1 off from success. So that is minus
Damn.
9.
No.
And the bandit needs to make a DC 12 strength save. He succeeds, so he does not move at all. 3 and 1. This one is going to aim at the bandit and the other one at Iago. The
No,
bandit
not
needs to make
Iago.
a DC 12 save or make a
Such a good
7
parrot.
cold damage. Dex save. Ooh, nat 1. He takes as he is surprised to see all these things in here, and he just catches the cult of Ray of Frost right to the throat. Just and Iago, would you be so kind as to roll a wisdom saving throw?
Fuck.
Nat 20, you are not charmed by the gazer.
Also, you had advantage, but,
But
it
it's
didn't
so
matter.
charming.
Alright. Oh, another 3 and another 1. Alright.
Damn.
Oof.
Oh my god. Please make that save.
That one is against the sergeant.
Come on. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
He completely avoids the damage. And
Let's
the
go.
Dane Ray is going to be against let's see. Against the spy. Spy
Man,
needs to
remember
make
when we
a
fought and killed a bunch of these guys? Now we're cheering them on.
We'll kill them later.
Oof. The spy is now charmed. Luckily, he can still attack. He just has disadvantage, which is really bad because he's basically like a 3rd level rogue.
Yeah, pseudo rogue. I remember fortunate to fight one one-on-one.
Let's see, 1 and 2. 1, 2, 4, 3. Oof, these are both gonna be against the sergeant. Let's see. Boop and boop. Let's see. So he needs to make 2 wisdom saves. Wisdom save and wisdom save. He is now charmed, but he is not frightened. Huh. And then 4 and 3. Number 4 is going to be at the bandit, and number 3 is going to also be at the sergeant. Huh.
How many attacks do these guys get? Is it 2 each?
Each of them get 2 beams. Ooh, the bandit saves. And the sergeant. It's a gazer. Not terrible.
Man, for CR half creatures, they do take a while for you to go through.
Ah, sus. So,
They're
the
hard to
spy
hit.
and the sergeant are both charmed, I believe. So, let's see. Let's give the spy his attack. Stab and stab.
God damn it.
First one will not hit. Second one will, though. Dealing a very hasty 4 points of damage. I know, it's a sergeant's turn for... Wait, what? No, I was right this spot. My brain just broke there for a second. And then he will... cunning action... You know what? No, not cutting action. Not good. Dodge, everything. Okay. Sergeant's turn.
Sure, there's no point in dodging, I suppose, considering it's all saving throws.
Yeah. Ooh. Unfortunately, though, it is a... He does have disadvantage because he's charmed. So that is 4 piercing damage to that one. Yago, it is your turn.
Fuck him up, Yago.
Gonna do a spiritual weapon here.
Alright. Go ahead and roll for that.
He'll be attacking the bottom one.
Alright. Give me a second. As I will give you access to that sheet as well.
Perfectly normal sword until you get to the top bit.
Isn't it fun when people do that? Yeah.
I mean, it's a spiritual weapon, so I don't care as much. Like, it's fine.
8,
But
8 force damage. That's a pretty good. As
It was
you
normal,
bloody
wasn't
it, you dealing a rather significant chunk of change.
And hopefully be able to finish it off with a Toll the Dead.
Wisdom save, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Wow, it has wisdom proficiency. That's funny. It doesn't help though.
what's its
And
wisdom
So it'll
modifier?
take the 10 it'll take the 10 necrotic and it's dead.
Which, yeah, it basically just falls into a puddle of skin and eye fluid. Aqueous humor.
And it'll
Delicious.
He'll stay where he is and that's turn.
The other gazers look at, see the one that's died, see oh shit, they're actually fighting back. And yeah, they'll start chittering at you. They're actually saying stuff but not a whole lot of what they're actually saying is coherent. It's like you're in the midst of a bunch of parrots or kanku. They seem to just be saying things that various people have said. Oh, I forgot how fucking dumb these things are.
Don't they have like a 2 intelligence or something?
They have a 3, yeah. Ooh.
Evil minds.
They would have a bad time with an intellect devourer.
As yeah, he's actually going to move forward and then attack this one. As he will deal a rather nice 4 damage. Gazers, not being very smart. This one is going to try and bite your spiritual weapon, which doesn't do anything. This one's going to try and bite the bandit. Dealing a single piercing damage.
Oh my god, they just deal 1 damage when they bite.
Yes, they deal 1 damage from their...
Yes, keep doing that. It's definitely a superior attack to your eyeball. Lasers.
I rolled intelligence checks for them. One of them got a -2, so he's gonna try and fight the spy. Getting a nat 1.
Look, he bled. That means he's hurt more than when we made the frozen spot on his chest.
As he gets a nat 1, the spy is going to hold up like his short sword to like fend off this thing, and he's going to like poke one of the eyes. Let's see. Going to poke the fear eye, meaning that the gazer can't use it for a little bit. And this gazer is actually going to aim one eye stalk at the bandit and one at the sergeant. Yaga, would you kindly roll me 2d4? Ooh. A fear ray and a telekinetic ray. Fear and telekinesis. Let's see. Alright, so the bandit needs to roll a wisdom save or be afraid. He succeeds. The sergeant needs to roll a strength save. And he fails. And he is pushed out the window. I'm just gonna put him there. As there is a very loud crash of shattering glass as he will take 1 slashing damage. And he is prone outside the shop. Okay, thank you, Ivory. Alright, so the spy. Spy is going to actually cunning action disengage.
He fears that 1 point of damage.
Get back to here, and he's going to shoot at this gazer with a hand crossbow. Booyah. Ooh, nice. Dealing 7 piercing damage and 10 sneak attack damage. As, that will instantly kill that gazer. The sergeant, having just been blown out a window, is like kind of a bit disoriented. Yeah, he'll lay there for a little bit, and like, shit, what the hell just happened? I'm laying in glass. What the fuck? And he'll get up and climb through the window. He uses half his movement to get up, and he'll use 10 feet to climb up into here, and he will be able to get to here. And he will. Let's see. He does not have any ranged options other than throwing his spear. He will dash to get here. Iago. As the sergeant just like pats his side, like hissing a bit at like the stinging of like, oh man, I got this glass cut me and that sucks. It hurts, but not really. It stings more than anything. I'm bleeding.
Alright, I'm gonna spiritual weapon this gazer.
Sounds good. 15 will hit. Ooh, you almost one-shot it with the spiritual weapon. It is severely bloodied, but it is still up.
Alright, how are the rest of the impromptu gang looking?
This guy is nearly dead. This one is the only thing that's hurt him so far is the glass. This one is close to being bloodied, but not really.
Okay.
But he's fine.
I don't want to leave behind the mess of newfound friends, so do I have cure wounds? No, I didn't prepare that. Instead, I will do healing word on the bandit.
You already used your bonus action to spiritual love.
Oh, that's just at the... That's not like a recast of the spell that just goes off until the spell's over with.
No, you use your bonus action to move it or hit with it again.
Oh, that's right. I forget. Don't really have any healing options besides that. Suppose I could just tell him to fall back, and then yeah, I'll magic missile.
Ooh, nice. Who you hitting with which one?
We'll go with 1 on that guy and 2 on this guy.
Alright, well. Thankfully, this one, with your first magic missile dealing 2 damage, it had exactly 2 HP. On this one, you will unfortunately waste your third magic missile as it had 5 HP. But you have taken out 2 of the gazers from this combat. With that one spell.
I know. Tell the bandit, he's not a captain, but bandit fellow here, just fall back.
He rubs his throat where like he got hit by the ice beam as like he'll look to the one that's still floating and look to you with your like rather powerful spells and just nod at you like Orgasm. Is that your turn?
Would I still be able to move the spiritual weapon or no?
You do not need to be able to see it, I don't think. I think you need to be able to see the target.
Section on a turn, you can move the weapon and repeat the attack. It doesn't say move and then attack, so I would say yes, you could attack and then move it. Yeah, as part of like your bonus action.
Okay, move it there. One on that's turn.
Alright, in that case, yeah. He's going to disengage. Actually, no, he doesn't need to because the other one's dead. He's going to point at. He's going to point a light crossbow at the gazer and shoot it. But like he gets like a coughing fit about as he's about to fire, and it goes wildly off course. As he's as he will not limp, but kind of stagger out of the shop and basically place his back against the front of the store as he puts himself under full cover. Let's see, gazer. Yeah. All right. What is the gazer's speed?
Looking at it.
Alright. The gazer will disengage, head out of the shop, and start flying up and over the shop, trying to get away from you guys. So that is 15, and he will be 15 feet up. not enough to get over the roof, but enough to not be able to be hit by the melee. The spy will say, "Oh no, you don't, you little fucker," as he will reload his hand crossbow, go out of the shop and try to shoot it, which will hit. And unfortunately, that does not kill it. Oh, actually, hang on. Oh no. It's too late. It's too late. Gazer's turn is already done. What if Zoplob was 4 Gazers in a disguise the whole time? The sergeant will head out, stand next to his boy, and ready in action to attack the anything that seems hostile against him.
Not gonna give the spear a throw.
Uh,
I don't blame
Skewer
him.
that meatball.
you know what? Yeah, he might as well. It's just within range, and it's ooh, 13. That is exactly its AC. As yeah, he throws
Good throw.
this as he will throw the spear up, and it will stab into the bottom of the gazer, going up through the bottom of the chin and into the eyeball. If you were to look it in the eye, you would actually be able to see the metal through its pupil, as the spear goes up and then goes down, as he will catch the spear on the way back down, with the dead gazer on it, as it looks like a balloon made of flesh that has deflated.
It immediately soils itself all over him.
As he just looks at it like, ugh, disgusting. As he'll flick the spear, trying to get it off the end of it, just. He start trying to scrape it on the windowsill, trying to get the gazer off because he doesn't want to touch the thing. And so he'll just start flinging harder to try and get the thing lodged off the end of his weapon. As this guy will stagger back into the shop, as he'll go, "Oh, they're all dead." Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, he'll get that healing word.
As he will bring him up almost back to full. As he'll nod to you and he'll say, "Thank you. Probably gonna have a mark from that. But let's. This old bastard's lucky I'm bringing him in alive. Let's go." As he'll look to the spy and he'll say, "You stay down here. You stay down here with our and make sure nothing else comes back." He'll look to you, Yago. He'll say, "Let's go upstairs, see if we can find him." As the sergeant will head back in, having dislodged the essentially floating head, having put on quite the spectacle in the meantime, in the 10 or so seconds it took him to get the thing off his spear. As you'll head upstairs, and you will find in a little apartment, 1-room apartment above the store, you will find a gnome. He is on his knees, with his He is a deep gnome, and he is on his knees with his hands on the back of his head, as you will see. So blob. I don't know if it's not giving.
So
Is it
blah.
showing you guys?
I see it.
Okay.
The
Usually
most
I get a pop.
jealous of the blobs.
Usually I get a pop-up that says you shared this with the players, but for some reason it's not doing that right now. But yeah, you see this gnome. He is wearing purple fine. He's wearing very purple. He's wearing purple clothes, which is rather rich for this part of town. And he has multiple eyes tattooed on, like painted on his head. Like on his cheeks, on his head, on his neck.
An MS paint, one could say.
But yeah, he's just kneeling on the floor with his hands on the back of his head.
Ben, how's the one?
Turgo's going to be looking around the room for like any kind of trap. He thought it would be much more of a fight than this.
As yeah, the bandit, the sergeant will like level his spear at Zoblob. As yeah, the bandit will grab him by one hand and like yank it behind his back. As he puts a manacle on one wrist, and he'll grab the other hand and do the same. So he's now got his hands manacled behind him. As he'll pull out a length of rope of about a 5-foot length of rope, and he'll tie Zoblob's feet together so that they only have about like a foot of possible space, so he can't run away. As he'll say, as the bandit will say, like with a very like he still has a bit of a coarse voice because he got hit in the because of where he got hit. As he'll say, you're lucky. You're lucky I'm bringing you alive, you little fucker. As he will say, as he'll like look up to you, Yago, and he'll say, "All right, well, you go ahead and interrogate him. If you do you want to do it in here or downstairs? Wait, no, we should probably leave before the guards get here. Don't wanna."
You said you had a safe location as well.
Yes. Come on, let's go. I don't know if you want to search around here for anything. You said you were looking for information, but we need to go.
Go check. Where is the location? I will meet you there later.
It's a couple blocks down. It's a building with a building with a red door. And he will.
It might be time to retire the flamethrower flames.
No, yeah, maybe.
Sorry, what was that? You were cutting out.
Oh, I said no, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you're all roboty. I can't hear anything you're saying.
Ah, shit.
Oh, you will, Alright. Should we try that?
Oops. Sorry. I was moving Cosmo to secrets, and then he moved to secrets. So when I clicked, it said moved campaign instead. So I accidentally moved him back. He had already moved over.
Get in there, you little bastard! You don't get to leave.
So
yeah.
you were saying, Ricky,
Hmm?
about the flamethrower?
It's. Oh, I was saying no. Yeah, probably.
They will direct you to this building right here, Yago.
Well, maybe it's fine.
The one with the X here.
No.
No, this one here.
I do not see. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Good night, Nick.
Good night.
He will
See you
tell
next
you.
week.
Indeed.
He will tell you that you need to knock 3 times, wait 3 seconds, knock 3 times, wait 3 seconds, and then knock 4 times.
Okay.
It's the last knock that gets them.
Yes. They'll just drag him out. Zoblob seems like rather frightened, but he seems to be not too proud. He seems to be reluctant to call for assistance, or he seems to be. He seems to be reluctant to call for assistance for some reason. Because as far as anyone else knows, like the 4 of you just broke into this building and aren't dragging this man out in handcuffs.
All right.
But if you would like, go ahead and roll a investigation or perception check, please.
All right. As well as that, I'll also be casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
To be on the lookout for anything magical in the shop that might help or might be worth anything.
Okay.
Yago, that's not very moral compass of you. I'm kidding. We're just so fucked that Shago's standards are considered moral by us.
The neutral character is the only non-evil one of the five.
It's not like he's going to steal it for money. He's stealing it for evidence. Like, oh, well, this is what he knows. Here's his notes. Oh, this is a magical thing. This might help us later.
There are a few magical items in here, but the most interesting that you would find would probably be the stuffed beholder. There is some pretty decent divination on it.
Ah, shit.
Oh my god, it's the Farseer of Ilisk again?
No.
Now, with that in mind, he'll probably head out to, if they're still on the road, try to catch them and tell them that, no, that house is not safe at all.
Let's see. I'm gonna guess that you start upstairs where like all his stuff would be, and then move downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it would be a few minutes before you like went downstairs and discovered the divination magic. You would actually find like some pretty good. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. Yeah, you would actually see that there is there are like various files and paperwork. It's probably a bit too much to go through right now, especially considering the fact that you're probably on a time limit before the before the guards arrive. So I don't know if you want to like grab all the papers you can or something.
Yeah, it makes sense to grab all the papers.
Yeah. In the shop is like various pillows and like silk pillows and things like that, which could probably fetch a pretty good amount of coin if you wanted. Uh, Basically, it says that he sells everything on the trinket table, but it's purple. So yeah, more please a train whoop. Yes, my wife is gonna love this. Yes. Uh, and then you would find that yes, the thing is in fact a a divination sensor of some kind. As you do you do anything with it, or do you just run out?
He doesn't have time to destroy it, so he'll just try to run and catch up to them,
Alright.
or if not, then just
Do you have
meet them at that
firebolt?
place. No, he
Uh,
doesn't. Oh, does he?
You don't
No.
know because you've been there for several minutes, for about 4 minutes at this point.
Yeah, well, no,
Uh,
I don't have
alright.
firebolts, so.
So yes, you will run and you'll make it to about here when you will find what appears to have been a battle scene, a scene of fighting. Uh, you will find uh, you will find the bandit and the sergeant. They are both dead, as well as about 4 members of the. Hang on, actually.
Damn. 4 minutes is a lot of combat runs.
40, not 400.
You will find 7 members of the Xanathar's Guild, with like all of them with a tattoo. You don't see the spy or Zoblob. Neither of them are there. So perhaps they went to the safe house. Perhaps Zoblob tried to run for it. Maybe they got captured. What do you want to do?
He'll go to the only place he can think to, which is the safe house.
And yes. All right, now, how do you knock?
3 times, wait 3 seconds. 3 times, wait 3 seconds. 4 times.
Lovely. And yeah,
Jubbly, jubbly.
as you knock the 10th time total, the door you'll hear like this very heavy metallic thunk, like very heavy duty lock, and the door will fly open, and you'll see a very heavily injured spy as he's pointing a hand crossbow directly between your eyes. As he'll like look a bit relieved to see you, but also like a bit wary because like he met you, like they got the job done, and now 2 of his friends are dead.
We need to move. The giant beholder plushie had divination magic on it. That's how they found you.
Roll a persuasion check, please. Let's see. Beep. Okay. He looks at you as I said, he's rather heavily injured. As like you can see, there is a freely bleeding, like very obvious stab wound on one of his thighs, as well as like a couple of slashes on his like shoulder and chest. As he'll like the finger curls around the trigger of the hand crossbow, and then he just exhales very heavily and says, "Fuck it, it's all right. I barely managed to drag the little shit here. You're gonna have to. If you want to move, you're gonna have to do it. I can barely move myself right now."
Healing word on the guy. Second level.
Go ahead. Ooh. 9. Nice. What word do you use?
I don't know.
Just a running gag.
Just out of curiosity, what does your healing word look like?
Instead of like a divine awe, it's like he's a Mishra follower, so it kind of looks weirdly enough like a wizard is casting the spell, if such a thing can be done. Like he's got a book out, and he'll scroll through it and trace his finger along the page until he finds it and speaks the word.
Ah, nice. You will heal him, so he is no longer bloodied. As he'll give a sigh of relief, as he'll uh look at you very gratefully, and then his eyes he'll look behind you, and he'll look back to you, and his eyes will harden, and he'll nod, and he'll say, "All right, come on, I got know somewhere else we can go."
As do I, but it is too far north.
He will actually take you.
Ooh, the curved.
Nope. He'll actually take you through to here, down to Fillet Lane, and he will take you to a small warehouse over here, where you will see a group of about 3 more Zentara members hanging out there, as they'll get up, seemingly oh shit, noticing the spy is still pretty decently hurt, but also you're there, and there's a deep gnome, which probably the only one in the city. They're not very common outside of the Underdark. Probably one of the only ones in the city. I'm not going to say the only one in the city, because it's Waterdeep, and there's 50 million people here. No, there's 5 million people here.
That Wizards of the Coast fucking loves their deep gnomes. They just sprinkle them around everywhere, I've noticed.
Iago, you, as he'll, the spy will, nod to the others, and he'll give a, he will talk to them in, sorry, give me a second, in Primordial, as they'll nod to him, and he'll look to you as he shoves the Zoblob towards the other two. You'll notice on this journey, from the other safe house to this one, he's struggling a lot more than he was when he was leaving to go to the first safe house. He seems to have known that, yeah, they're sending guys to rescue me, but that didn't work out, so now he's struggling. The spy has placed something in his mouth and then wrapped a belt around his mouth so he can't spit it out. And the spy will look to you and he'll say, "All right, follow them. I told them you get 24 hours, and then they send him to headquarters. I'm gonna go lie down."
My thanks to you. I never did get your name.
No, you didn't. As he just as he just goes into the building.
Rep
Fair enough.
dancing.
As yeah, two of the three are like holding on to one of Zoblob's arms each, right under his armpit, because it's behind his arm, so they don't want to like hurt him too much, like right off the bat. As they're just like waiting for you to follow them to a room where you can interrogate Zoblob.
All right. I don't have Zone of Truth prepared, but I've got 24 hours with him, so
You do, yes.
he's not going to ask to sleep there or anything. But I'll inform them that he'll arrive the next day before the deadline, and well, yeah, just he'll arrive tomorrow, I suppose, before the deadline, because that did take a lot out of him, and he doesn't have the right tool set necessary.
All right. They will tell you that if there's someone outside, to tell them. Do you speak Primordial?
He does not.
They'll tell you something to say in Primordial that you don't know. If there is someone out there. If there is not someone out there, they will show you over to like this about 10 feet to the right of the door, where there is this old rusty like grate, as they'll tell you to like run something down it, like either like a club or like a sheath or a sword or something, but like run something down the grate to like clang 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 clang.
Okay.
As yeah, you will have until about 2 p.m. the next day to interrogate him.
And what time is it now?
About 2 p.m.
Okay. So he can.
Yeah, you were told 24 hours, so.
Yeah, so he can get his rest, prepare his spells, go back and do that. All right.
Yes. And you have a day to check out those files.
Yeah, which, given his recent excursions, might be best to do that back at the Troll Skull Alley location.
Peace. Alrighty then. Akalos, what were you up to again?
Akalos was going to the Messenger Guild. Actually, no. Where is the Messenger Guild city?
Let's see. I think there's like halls by like basically all the gates. Let me. A second. There's culture and features, stepmothers. What the hell is the Guild of the Watermen?
They're the men who walk.
No, Watermen. Water.
Oh, I thought it was the Ministry of Silly Walks.
Is it the people in charge of keeping the water supply going?
No,
guess that's just wells,
now
keeping
I'm
the
just
wells clean?
thinking about West of Loathing, where you can get a perk where it's called Stupid Walking.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You always wanted to walk so badly, and now you do. I just watch Markiplier's playthrough of that every now and then, and just the way he belly laughs and giggles just makes me so fun.
The spittoons. Anyway, I should play West of Loathing.
It is very fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's what's next? Next. Nice problems. Basket weavers. Longer. Huh. Ah, interesting. Dock workers are the the guild of watermen is the dock workers guild, basically.
Hmm.
They're the people who ferry stuff from ships into warehouses, and they keep the docks clean of trash.
Listen, William, they almost called them the seamen, and that would have been a problem.
Oh no.
It's not like that's a real life term or anything.
I know.
The men of the sea.
You will be my seamen.
Tell me, everyone, do you like my submarine? It's long and hard and full of seamen.
At any given time.
God, I need to watch Austin Powers again. I will say that they would be the closest one to the to where you are, Troll Skull Alley, would be about right here.
Sorry, where was that? Yeah, Messenger Guild.
Right there.
Alright, I will go to there, and I will ask for Samuel, or if they know what branch Samuel is in, or is this the main center of Messenger Guild? So,
Who's Samuel?
so Samuel is the guy Rainier told us to get into contact with if we needed to talk to him.
Ah, yes. They will tell you that Samuel is not there. He is actually at the one further south. He works at right here.
Alright. In that case, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go to the Yawning Portal first.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if Volo is in.
He.
Yes,
Yes,
Oh, good. I'm going. Is he at a table or performing?
He is at a table watching a performance of a person making what can be loosely described as music using various household objects.
Right. I suppose they can't all be bangers.
Oh no, he's banging quite a lot.
Yes.
I guess I'll go up to Volo and take a seat and just be like, Volo, it's been a while. How you doing?
Oh, hello there, Achelos. If it has been quite a while, yes. I think the last time I saw you was when we set up your job with the gnomes. Yes. Yes, it was right before you left to help them get their ship. What was that, 4 or 5 days ago?
Something like that. Interesting story that actually ran into a sea hag in their coven.
Ooh. I would love to hear the story. As he'll yell for Darden to get 2 of his strongest, cheapest drinks.
Durden puts water on the table.
It's free.
His strongest, cheapest drinks.
That would be water.
Ah, jeez.
It's the strongest of the cheapest.
I mean, you're not.
I think he's
Wrong.
after the cheapest of the strongest, though.
Oh, then he puts the dishwater on the table.
Anyways.
So,
As yeah, he'll say, do 10.
So Achilles will regale him with the story of the storm coming upon them, barricading themselves inside, and then going outside and seeing the fetishes in the forest and being pursued by wolves, making it back to the cabin, and the old woman showing up and seeking entry, the battle of wits that engage. He will describe in great detail how he jumped up into the rafters, and then she started throwing lightning bolts through the building, and he was completely fine. And set the building on fire, and how they fought their way out through the wolves into a rope trick to recover before escaping in the carts, and then how they eventually continued on and made it to the boats and investigated, finding no witch, and deciding that she was underwater and beyond their ability to receive, but would probably just clear out if she knew that they were coming with a whole lot of men. And how they went back there, recovered things, and got hit by that lightning bolt on the way out.
Can you roll a performance check for me, please?
Damn, he's a pretty good storyteller.
Yeah, he is. You are. He is like listening to you. He seems to be enraptured. It's Volo. He loves a good story, and it's a good story that you're telling very well.
I'm
Yes,
going
you
to
will
make
say.
sure also to amp up the crabs. There were thousands of crabs. They were It was a horde crawling across the beach. They were climbing over themselves to get to us. Even no hesitation, throwing themselves straight into the moonbeam. It was like a wave.
They rivaled the sand.
A writhing wave of chitin.
And yeah, as you are telling this story, Durnan, towards the beginning, will arrive with a rather large drink of a very, very dark liquid, very dark brown, almost black liquid. As he'll put one in front of you and one in front of Volo.
I will thank him. And be sure to keep myself hydrated, so to speak, throughout the story.
Is it William?
It is not Manticore Milk.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure that would be illegal in Waterdeep.
It's Durnan. Who's gonna stop him?
I mean, he is level 20. You've got a point there.
Yeah. It would cost them more to stop him than it would to let him be.
But no, it is a very dark beer. Seems to be about 20% alcohol, but yeah, it is a very strong, very large, very somewhat cheap drink. Roll a history check, please. You don't recognize the beer. I think Aklos is someone who, maybe not heavily, but he does, actively, drink, I believe. But yeah, by taste, you don't, just by tasting it, you don't recognize it. But it is
I'm more familiar with Feywild, concoctions.
It is a pretty nice brew. It's might not be the best you've had, but it's pretty good. When you finish the story, Volo is bouncing in his seat, and, clapping for you. As you're telling the story, once you're done telling the story, you'll hear the jangle of coins as the crowd that you actually gathered, which you might not have noticed, will actually like will clap as well and throw coins on the table as like a thank you. As you will get, uh, as you will get.
I will stand up and bow a few times to the crowd, going, "Thank you, thank you." There's nothing really.
The person who was like playing the music, quote unquote, seems has stopped and seems to have left at some point during
I
as
figured,
they
yeah.
as they realized, oh, they're more interested in that random satyr telling a story than they are in my performance. I'm just gonna leave. Fuck you, people.
A mystical fey creature telling an epic story about a group of adventurers escaping the clutches of a hag.
Yeah, I make sure to really amp up the horror of the the winds, the storm, and the back and forth banter.
Yeah, in a blizzard.
Yeah.
And the wolves
and
stalking us.
you will get a total of, let's see, for the patrons. The place isn't that full, but it is in the higher part of town, and it is, it's not as full as it could be, but it is still an extremely popular place. Plus, there's people like Vola who are just staying there or eating lunch. So I will say you will gain, you'll get 4 gold, not 15 silver, and 46 copper pieces.
All right. Thank you.
But Vola will say, it was a marvelous story and marvelously told. I thank you, as one master of the storytelling craft to another, as he will, like take off his hat and like bow to you from his chair, and he will say, hmm, I. Do you mind if I retell it in a book or two, maybe? It'd be good prose for a section on the water hags. I
Yeah,
might need
sure. You're
to
welcome to.
add a few deaths and perhaps maybe a sword fight on the boats. I don't know.
Embellish things. Yes, it was a little anticlimactic that we didn't end up defeating them in the end. And that we never actually got a proper confrontation, merely the battle at the way station.
Oh, I'm sure she might just be waiting to curse you in some way later.
Yeah, very possibly. Still, well, thank you for the compliments. That means quite a lot coming from an author such as yourself.
He'll give you another like slight bow, but then he'll say, "But I'm sure that you must need something. Most people who approach me do. I actually do have a couple more jobs I could offer you if you so desire."
Maybe not right now. We're a little busy currently, what with the whole gang war thing. It's actually been surprisingly good for business.
Yes, the people. Murder is always very profitable. As he's smiling, and then once he finishes the thought, he the eyes go wide, like the neck tightens, and like the face grimaces, like, "Mm," and then he like smiles back. Smiles.
That
at
was
you
a
again.
fantastic noise. Yes, quite. I'm actually a little concerned about our mutual friend Raynar. I was wondering if you'd seen him recently.
Oh yes, I have. I saw him just a few hours ago.
Oh, that's surprisingly good news. Did he look okay?
He looked a bit, hmm, He looked very
Under the weather?
determined. Oh, no, no. I mean, perhaps a little frazzled, but he looked more determined than anything. I've seen him. I've seen that face before. He's quite the stubborn man. Uh, he said he was going to. He said something about Jade and going to Miss Silverhand.
That is interesting. I suppose it's something of a relief. He came into contact with a somewhat cursed item, and he seemed rather certain he could handle it, but I wanted to check in, make sure he hadn't, lost his faculties.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I've been his friend for years, and it's very rare to find someone that would actually think to look after him like that. So I thank you. Uh, Tell me, have you eaten yet?
No, actually, it's been a rather hectic morning. I just jumped off a cliff earlier. I haven't had time to have breakfast, actually.
Really? Then come on, eat. It will be on me.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, as a thank you for being so caring for my friend.
Of course, of course. He hired me to courier the item to him in the first place, so I would have felt a little bit responsible if he had ended up, getting cursed by it.
That is fair. By the way, have you heard? Apparently, there was quite a large explosion in the field ward yesterday. I've heard that. I heard that between the fighting and the explosion causing a fire, between a couple thousand people have died.
Damn, that's a bigger toll than I thought.
Surprised me. The gangs have been going a bit crazy lately. We managed to get a few hints of the story out of some members. They were fighting over something. There was a gang that.
Has it anything to do with that poem that fell from the sky during midwinter?
Perhaps, I don't know. They seem to be squabbling over an item of sorts. And there was
as you say, I don't know. He gives you a knowing smile, but doesn't say anything.
They've been stuck
roll
in.
his eyes. Alright, he will with gusto chew him because realized no, he hasn't actually, and he's probably really fucking hungry.
Gathering information on all of you is much easier with an invisibility potion that's stuffed in my back pocket.
But
did he say a few hours ago that he saw him?
Yeah, a few hours ago.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's probably this is probably more like lunch for you right now, because you had to go
Yeah.
It was like 10 o'clock when you met. You were talking for like an hour, and then you had to go to the one place and then come here after being told the guy wasn't there. So it's probably closer to probably 12:15 at this point or so.
Yeah, I would have taken a cart down.
But yeah, well, Volo is treating you to lunch. He hasn't given any kind of. Every time you finish your drink, he's motioned to Durnan to get another one. And yeah, he's not given any kind of.
I'm gonna be honest. After the second drink, when he motions another one, I'm like, perhaps not. I have work later.
Very well. But yeah.
Go on, Volo. You finish it. Right here. Right now.
We'd like to joke with Volo, because Volo was our mate. Alright. I will thank him for lunch and say, all right, then I have to rendezvous with my companions and see about finishing a job. So thank you for the meal. Have a good day.
Do tell everyone I said hello, and I have a couple of jobs if they need it.
That is good to hear.
I believe that the your pale friend wanted a few more of my books. Yes.
The elf, he's licensed?
Yes, that was her name.
Yes, she's unfortunately she's had to leave the city rather unexpectedly.
Oh,
Yes,
that
she
is. If she's been forced to leave the city in this weather, then it must be quite serious.
family
I-
emergency, I think.
Oh, that is quite serious. Even I haven't been able to leave the city. Has Oh, is she a drow? I know she's quite pale, but I'm not. I don't know if she's a drow or not. Maybe she went into the pit when I wasn't looking.
No, she's a moon elf, right?
Yes, she is a Cormanthian moon elf. She's from Cormanther.
Well, I'd say that, she's a moon elf, I believe.
Like common accents, kind of hard to suss out, but her accent gives away very quickly. Cormanther.
Oh, a moon elf. I haven't met many of those.
Well, now you know you've met one more.
Yes.
They are the most common kind of elf outside of elven society.
Yeah. But yes, you have a good day, and good luck on your job.
Thank you.
If I see Ragnar, I will tell him that you were looking for him.
Yes, thank you. I'd appreciate that. I will go back to the house to wait for the others.
Okay. And with that, we will end with the session.
Aha! A lore bit for the stream. Moon elves, also known as silver elves or derogatorily gray elves, are the most common form of elf found outside of, elven provinces. They very often intermingle with other races, and they are the source of the most half-elves of any other elf subtype.
Neat.
Yeah. In other words, Eastlyson is a dime of dozen. Goodbye, people of the stream.